Welcome back to MCS. I'm Ari here, joined by Red Flame, and right now we got some challenger action coming at you hot. If you're just hopping in, first stream of the day, we have a lot of matches ahead of you, four, including this one. And this one, we have the Rhythm versus the Rangers. Red Flame, what do you think of this matchup today?
I'm thinking it's gonna be pretty fun. I'm gonna say Hivington Rangers probably gonna come out on top 3-2.
Honestly, for me, I probably have Rhythm just because Wubik, they signed Wubik in the offseason, and as if anyone knows who Wubik is, that guy is crazy. I think he scored one of, if not the best shots, that land that he was in. Insane musty. Didn't go on a team in the first part of this season. He was trying to get Premier, I think. And then just couldn't find a spot, but he finds himself back with Dicey. And they're playing with Olvi, and this is a team I think a lot of people are predicting to maybe even win it all this season just because that Wubik acquisition is just huge. But speaking of roster changes, Rangers themselves do have a shakeup. They're trying out Ghosty for Pops. I don't know if that's a long-term or a short-term thing throughout the season. I know that Pops was talking about it a little bit in Rising Star chat. Hinting at that maybe Ghosty might be playing both Rising Star and Challenger, but we'll see as we hop into this matchup. Rhythm versus Rangers right off the kickoff.
Looks like it's gonna go straight back to Rhythm's side. Olvi with a quick return, getting it to Ghosty. It up to Wall. Takes it on the fall. Looks like Dicey is gonna get it though.
Yeah. Trying to get it out of there in half. Kind of been stuck there since the kickoff. Big clear from Wubik. A lot of space in the air. Flip reset. Starting off the series strong. Blocked away by Ghosty. They'll go to Reed. Beautifully placed shot by Dicey. Doesn't fall its way in. 50'd out. Rhythm get robbed of a goal opportunity there. But offensive pressure the other way. Doesn't fall its way in. They're trying to get it out of their own half again. Olvi trying to get something started. Down into the corner. Just plays it right to Kappa though. Beats around one. Lands right back into the hands of Rhythm. We're just trying to find a response to kind of getting robbed on the goal line there.
Like, going back, Ghosty's probably gonna go around. Ghosty's gonna bring it up. Brings it up, then bring it down. Give it a pass. Dicey gets it though. Kappa's gonna bring it up again. Get it past Wubik. He doesn't. Wubik is gonna hit it back to corner. Pops is gonna run up, hit it. Ghosty's gonna hit it back towards goal. Dicey and Olvi. Olvi's gonna take it past Kappa, but Pops is there and hits it towards side wall.
Wubik progressing with a demo, trying to open up a gap. All of Rangers right now are in this corner. Goes central. Dicey doesn't have the boost. Kind of an overcommit on Rhythm's side. They do keep pressure, though. The net was open for a moment there, but Olvi just couldn't quite get it on target. Pops trying to hold on, and Rhythm, a lot of pressure right now. Not a lot of shots coming from it, though. Rangers look really awkward. Low boost on really the entirety of that roster. Ghosty finally finds a big corner, but it goes on target. Just off the crossbar again for them. Just won't find its way in, but they don't stop their pressure. Rangers barely get it out of their own half, and it goes right back the other way. Wubik on the ball again. Has the boost, but gets it beat out by Ghosty. Now back down to Dicey. Trying to play it back outfield. Pops a little bit awkward. Does manage to make the touch, and Rhythm continuing their offensive pressure, but maybe a breakaway catches them off guard. Ghosty finds a gap in the offense and snipes with the counterattack.
Ghosty for a long, good first goal, taking the Hivington Rangers in the lead 1-0, which is going to bring the time down to 2:35 left. Going to this, the kickoff is going to go right off the Rhythm side. Dicey going to slowly bring it up, try to get a shot, but quickly blocked by Ghosty.
Now, more pressure for Rhythm. They've had control for most of this game, just haven't really had the goals to show for it. Back down the other end. Upfield pass quickly cut off by Pops. Goes right back down to Dicey. Tries to bang it to get something started. There's a dunk that happens. Some awkwardness. Nothing happening yet. It goes through the middle. Multiple players go missing. No one on Rhythm was there except Dicey. His teammate left it for him, and that's a beautiful comms play right there. I thought Wubik was going to turn for it, but Dicey called him off. It's really good communication and equalizing goal for Rhythm.
Yep, now game tied 1-1 with 2 minutes left on clock. Kickoff goes towards in favor of Hibbington Rangers. Ghosty Pop's gonna go up, try to get it past goal, does. Gonna follow up and hit it down to corner. Try to get a pinch off of it. Unable to get it up short though. Dicey with a return to side. Gonna try to follow it up. Kappa does get the return though to Wubik up at mid.
And then who's to follow that, but Olvai's there under him. Takes the ball off of his car, and they're just forming another line in the midfield here. It seems that Rangers are just struggling to get out of their own half. They finally push forward a little bit. Kappa trying to create something, gets bumped off the play. Wubik to the sidewall, can't find another one. Ghosty might have found an opening again. Not quite on target. Tries to get a shot going. They're not quite having the resources to do so. Kappa on the sidewall, quickly cut off by Wubik. Such a quick challenge. There's a shot attempt, but easily saved away by the two players at Hibbing, and it still remains 1-1, but
55 seconds left. Olvai gonna take it down midfield, blocked by Ghosty, and bring it into corner now. Kappa gonna take it from Olvai. Brings it up over Wubik. Wubik does get a bump though. Now Ghosty in corner. Gonna get stolen by Dicey. Pops with a quick return in the corner, and Olvai gonna get it out to Ghosty.
some pressure now for Rangers. Haven't really seen it that much. Goes central. Cleared away, though. Counterattack maybe for Rhythm. Can't quite get it towards the midfield, but mistouch on the defensive line might have done it for them. Multiple 50s come out. Cap is there first on the ball. Dicey's in a bad spot. Has to make the touch and does. 10 seconds left. On the goal line, it's scary. Rhythm can only hold on for so long. The pass doesn't find anybody, though. Kappa was no boost. Olvai to the ceiling, cut off by Ghosty. Midfield, caught by Wubik. He decides to keep it up. Dribble. Had the open net. Couldn't get the power. It still stays up. Dicey trying to find this one central, and Kappa will just send it to the ground, securing his team in overtime.
1-1, now in overtime. Kappa in corner, gonna hit it past Pops. Up to Wubik, stops it. Pops with the quick follow through, gonna hit back into corner. Gets it over Olvai. In front of goal, no one there to make the shot. Now Olvai's gonna take it from corner. Gonna pinch with Dicey, now up right to the opposite corner. Quickly gonna go up towards midfield. Wubik's gonna try to make a shot on that. Olvai gets demoed by Kappa. Towards goal, Kappa with a save off respawn. Now he's gonna bring it up towards over Olvai.
Now 50's happening. That goes on net if Wubik can't read it, and he does. That could have been absolute tragedy for Rhythm. There's a follow-up, drop down in front of the net, and nobody on Rangers is even within close to the vicinity of thinking of going for that ball. There's no one on Rhythm who could really reach that. It's a really unfortunate situation. But regardless, Rhythm tried to make the most of it. Huge counterattack passing play coming up the field. It's split into open space. Demo's coming through. Kappa holds his line and keeps it off the goal line for now. Well, this attack from Wubik comes off the ceiling. Air dribble to the backboard. Kappa only keeps it out, but Olvai's there to clean it up. And Rhythm take the game away in overtime.
Good game, a good game one, did well, brought it to overtime. Just in the end, it was the quick, rapid-fire offensive Rhythm that was able to secure them the first game in 2-1.
Yeah, and it'll be really interesting to see what happens as this series plays on. Because I feel like, especially in the first game, people aren't at their playing at their 100%. You saw a lot of pressure from Rhythm. Not a lot of those shots kind of found their way in. Their shooting percentage is really low. They still take away with the win, but you can imagine if they're connecting on more of their opportunities, how lethal that's going to be for Rangers to have to deal with. And Rangers, after that game, will be making an adjustment. Pink is going to be coming in for Pops. They're just going to let Ghosty play. They're not subbing out Ghosty yet. Which, to be fair, he did have the only goal for Rangers and kind of most of the offense for them. But, I mean, just the shot difference overall kind of says all that needs to be said about this. Is the Rangers did take it to overtime, but it was mostly off of just Rhythm not fully capitalizing on their shooting opportunities, on their pressure. And I feel like if they do that throughout the series, I don't think Rangers have a chance at all.
Yeah, but we'll see. Now going into second game, looks like both teams are going to be playing better, hopefully. Going into kickoff is going to go in favor of. Quick neutral, quickly followed up by Pink. Goes back to corner by Wubik. Not Wubik, Olvi, my bad. Now going up to Dicey. Dicey gonna get a dribble, try to get it away from goal. Lets it go down to Olvi. Kappa gonna hit it towards mid. Now Wubik's gonna take it. It's blocked by Ghosty. But now Pink is gonna get it past Dicey. Olvi gonna hit it up. Kappa's gonna miss it. Pink is gonna get the clear though, and now Pink is gonna bring it up on wall past Dicey.
Olvi, huge clear back down. Trying to start that pressure. That really brought them to that game 1 win, but quickly shut down. Maybe a pass opportunity, but can't quite find it through the Rhythm defense. He stays on the ball, quick on it, cleared away again. Dicey's there for the follow. Quick touch downfield. Pink right back down the other end is ready for it. Can't quite get the touch he wants on the corner. Dicey towards the net, pops it high. Kappa, bit awkward, makes well on that defensive touch. Gets it around 1. Olvi trying to keep it going, because it right to Rangers, but not without taking someone off the field first.
Pink in corner, gonna try to center. Olvi there to stop it. Now Kappa's gonna bring it above goal. Goes past, now Dicey with a long clear. Pink is gonna try to follow it up in corner. Hits it up. Olvi's gonna try to center it for Dicey. Does get blocked though. Now Wubik's gonna be up. Drops down to Pink again. And bring it towards center. Try to get a good shot over Olvi. Gets it almost past Olvi with a bump though. Ghosty with a follow-up, unable to make it in. Now going all the way back to Kappa in corner. With it up to Pink. But not. Kappa does take it though. Now Dicey gonna hit it up to Pink and across field.
Watch off the backboard. Beautifully played out to Olvi. He brings it down the other end for a double tap. Doesn't find his way on target. Huge save on the side of Rangers. They stay alive on what was an amazing counterattack play from Rhythm, but they're not done with it yet. Still have possession of this. Shot towards the net. Wubik finds an opening. The defense was left scrambling from that first play. No one had any boost, and Ghosty doesn't hold on to it. Huge opportunities. Absolute amazing snipe. 100. That's so much speed on that ball from that far away, and Rhythm have the first goal of the game.
1-0 lead by Rhythm. 2:40 left on clock. Kappa gonna get a quick return. A little bit too far to the left. Ghosty gonna try to follow it up. Olvi blocks it. Could have been a very good goal attempt by Kappa there. Just too far to the left and wasn't able to make it in. And could have been a quick tie, but unfortunately he just hit it a little bit too far to the left.
Wubik trying to find another one for Rhythm. 1-goal lead. Isn't really that safe, especially when there's 2 minutes left to play. Dicey, the corner. A lot of Rangers players in this area, but not a lot coming from it as another ball gets played out. Wubik has an opportunity, can't quite get the power that he wanted on that shot. Saved away by Pink. Now, return shot hit wide. Follow up by Rhythm towards the backboard. Maybe a pass here, but they let it go. Play the clear. Bang it right back in. Dicey off the ceiling. Goes to the backboard. Kappa, huge beat. Keeps Rangers in this. So much pressure from Rhythm. They finally find some offense back down the other end, but it's just quickly shut down by Dicey, and Rangers just can't get anything going on offense right now.
Yes, unfortunately. Now Kappa gonna try to get it past to Ghosty. Wubik make a shot. Pink is Cat with a good save. Olvi now gonna try to center it. Ghosty with the block, gets it up. Now I'm gonna try to get past Wubik. Wubik does get a touch though. Ghosty is there to follow up, gets a bump on Dicey. No, Wubik's gonna demo Kappa. Ghosty misses it. Kappa with a quick follow up, gets it up off backboard and scores it for a 1-1 tie.
Beautiful double tap from Kappa. huge beat in the midfield. No one on a Rhythm was really playing that backboard there, and Kappa just going to take huge advantage of that mistake for Rhythm. They cannot get away with it. Sure, they've had control for most of the game, but I mean, it's Challenger. All it takes is just one big mistake like that, and players are going to capitalize off of it. Pink maybe a redirect on the backboard, doesn't have the boost. Almost finds its way inside wall attempt, not quite there. Cleared away by Rhythm. Trying to find revenge for that goal that they conceded in regulation. They don't want it to go to another overtime. Huge clear from Dicey off the ceiling again. Kappa doesn't make the mistake Rhythm did. Does make the touch on the backboard. Pink can't quite get anything on that touch. It's get played right into Kappa though. 20 seconds left. Neither team really wants this to go to overtime. Both look so aggressive. So ready to score that goal. 50 out. Ghosty's the first on it. Leaves it for Kappa. Rhythm giving a little bit too much space here. Make well with the save. Wubik first on this one. Has some boost. Has some space. Decides to drop it. Trying to hook shot it around the left defender. And the follow-up goes missing, but maybe Olvi can put it away. No, it stays in the air. Rangers have some boost. Pop up high. Dicey's ready for it. Hits it down towards the ground. Pink keeps it up. Shot towards the net. Top left. And Rangers steal one out from the Rhythm.
A wonderful 0-second goal. Played perfectly. Great offense. Good teamwork by Kappa and Pink. Were able to just carry it up. And looks like Pink was just able to push Kappa just into that corner and carried that ball right through for that 2-1 win, securing a 1-1 tie for the series.
Beautiful, energetic play from Rangers there to keep it up and not give up on that play. It looked like Rhythm were about to take it in regulation there, but they hold on. And yet again, it's a story of Rhythm having all the pressure, having the most shots, but just not being able to find the mark. Dicey was able to put one away, but they had more opportunities. They had better opportunities than that, and they weren't able to score. So maybe it might be a bit closer if they can't find that execution. Maybe they let one get away from him here, but it's not on target, and they stay alive for now. 50 seconds. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left already. Start of the game. Wubik. Can't find the touch. Dicey. Find anything towards net, but cleared away, and Rhythm don't look too shaken up, despite that kind of a blunder at 0 seconds they had in the game before.
Now 4:26 left on clock. Ghosty gonna get a lot of space. Doesn't get it past Wubik though, with a long clear by Wubik. Kappa gonna try to take that, get the touch. Not Dicey, my bad. Now Olfi at midfield. Wubik is gonna try to bring it to goal. Kappa does hit it up towards midfield though. Olvi gonna make a shot. Ghosty with a save. Dicey with another shot. A double tap, but blocked by Kappa. Now Ghosty gonna try to bounce it past Wubik. He does. Now in corner with Olvi. But Ghosty's gonna bring it back to his own goal side. Try to get it reset. Now Pink's gonna hit it. Dicey hits it towards goal a little too high. Now Olvi almost a little too left. Gets bumped by Ghosty and in by Wubik.
And that's just a pressure play from Rhythm. Everybody there on the offense, everybody making an effort. And you just break the defense down brick by brick. Opening up the net. 1-0. Not looking to let that 0-second goal define them or get in their heads. Olvi with the flip reset. Doesn't quite find it on target. There's a bit of an overcommit from Rhythm, but Wubik's quick on the ball. Keeps it in their half. Olvi with no boost. Makes well in the challenge. Bit of an overcommit, but yet again, there's a Rhythm player there rotating in so quickly to stop it from happening. Ghosty, it's all they really can do on the ball. No boost. Big overcommit from Rangers. Can Rhythm find them shot? No, they can't. Pass out middle. Wubik gets the touch. Double tap. Beautiful from Wubik.
Wonderful double tap. Is going to bring their lead up 2-0. 3:10 left on clock. Definitely time for the Rangers to bring it back. It is going to be a tough fight though. Series is still tied 1-1. This could bring it 2-1 and bring us to a fourth game. Now Ghosty's gonna have it semi midfield. Wubik gonna try to clear it. Ghosty hits it up to Wubik again. Bring it towards goal. Open goal, and Dicey makes the goal.
And that's just a huge overcommit from Rangers. No one was really back. I think Pink pushed up thinking someone might have been rotating there, but no one had any really boosts to kind of stay in that play. And that's been, I think, the biggest difference is that Rhythm, whenever you see them with low boost, they still stay in the play. They're not afraid to make a bump, make a challenge. And it's just really keeping them in this offense. It's really keeping them in this game. It's allowed them to kind of hold Rangers on a chokehold. It's allowed them to be awkward like this. That could have been another goal there if it played out differently. Olvi. Can't find anything here, but Rangers, whenever they're low, they like to just leave the play. They leave for boost. They leave a lot of space, and Rhythm do quite the opposite. It doesn't really matter if they're 100 or 0. They always find a way to stay in the play. What a beautiful fake from Olvi. Doesn't find its way in. Trying to find a reprimand to that. Follow up, not quite there. Blocked away by Pink. Doesn't have the boots. Tries to steal some. Does get it. Olvi back to the side wall. Can't find the second touch. Gets the boost for his efforts, though. Wubik gets bumped off the play. Stays in it. Shot. Blocked away. And a 3-goal lead with 2 minutes is really solid, especially when you can hold on to the ball like Rhythm are doing and build so much pressure. But maybe Rangers find one here as they finally find some offense. See what happens.
Oh, and right as you stop talking, Pinkest Cat scores a goal with 1:48 left on clock. Brings their lead one shorter, now 2 by 3-1. Definitely a chance now, bringing it closer if they can just keep this defense up, maybe push it a little further in offense. It might just be able to land 2 more goals in the minute 45 left and maybe tie this series at most.
Yeah, and whoever wins this match goes on match point. It's huge for Rhythm to be in this spot. What a beautiful goal line stand that was from the Rhythm defense. Now back down the other way, shot on net. Ghosty was ready for it, though. Can't quite get the 50. Hit out to Kappa, though. A lot of space for Rangers to play with. No one on Rhythm. Trying to challenge that too early. They do double commit, but Dicey. Huge challenge there. Stops anything too awkward from happening. Ghosty, no boost. Just trying to stay behind that ball. Wubik sees the opening towards the backboard. Kappa, huge read. Keeps it a 2-goal game. Dicey gets caught up. This might be an opening, but it's huge. Blocked by Wubik. Rotates back in time. Maybe a follow-up. Pink off the crossbar. There was nobody there that could have hit it. He just needed to put it on target. Just too high. Absolute disaster for Rangers as they might concede one here. Wubik triple tap off the backboard pass. He's been doing this for all 2 of their goals off of beautiful double tap plays. Absolutely amazing.
Yes, what a goal by Wubik. Definitely gonna push their lead one further now by 3, 4-1. 40 seconds left. Looks like this game might go to the Rochester Rhythm now. Although Pink is hitting good offense. Olvi does get a clear, though. Gonna try to follow it up, but stolen by Kappa. Pink makes a shot, cleared by Wubik. Quickly followed by Pink. Gets a pinch with Dicey all the way over. Shot on goal by Olvi. Quickly cleared out by Kappa.
Wubik now catches it. Quickly 50'd away. Dicey. A lot easier to deal with on defense when the person air dribbling the ball gets bumped off like that. With 10 seconds left. And 3 goals to even have a chance at winning the game. Looks like Rangers were going to go down 2-1. If not for another double tap attempt from the Rhythm, it'll go in with Wubik's little tap in. They've just been abusing the backboard. Especially in these number situations where it's a 2v1 or a 1v1. They know that Rangers can't cover anything. They're being really aware whenever that backboard is open. And they're absolutely demolishing them because of it. And Rhythm are on match point off of a statement 5-1 win.
Yes, indeed. That is going to bring their lead in the series up to 2. And the series score is going to be now 2-1 in favor of Rochester Rhythm. Could easily be tied by Rangers in the 4th game and bringing us to a 5-game for a win, or it could be finished by the Rangers. I'm not Rangers, my bad. Rochester Rhythm in this fourth game for a end-off in series capper.
Yeah, but you see, like Pops, no roster shuffles this time for this game. Gonna just play Ghosty again, and I mean, I don't really think Rangers have necessarily been losing because of any roster issues. It just seems like Rhythm overall as a team just have Rangers beat. I mean, Ghosty is doing well, playing up to this, but I mean, you kind of have the exact, kind of the same issue with Wubik, that he was looking to be a premier player, and I mean, he's, especially in that game, he really took over for most of it. Most of the goals were either created or scored by him, and I think he's really going to look to use Challenger as kind of his punching bag, take his anger out for not really getting maybe as high as the spot as he wanted in the league. He's going to show people why he needed it. Wubik again, saved by Ghosty this time. Won't find the starting goal in this do-or-die game 4 for the Rangers.
4:22 left on clock. Kappa with a follow-up off backboard gets a score to take their lead 1-0 with 4:20 left on clock to Hibbington Rangers.
And as I was hyping him up, that's a very unfortunate defensive mistake. It's not the easiest touch in the world, but regardless, only a 1-goal game. Over 4 minutes remaining, more than enough time. Maybe right off the kickoff here. Gets it around 2. Beautiful touch. Lays it out in front of the net. The absolute... the vision to be able to pop this over the defender challenging on backboard, and it goes on target. Rubik more equalizing the game with that passing play.
1-1, 4:12 left on clock. Kickoff fastly goes in favor of Hibbington Rangers. Off backboard, looks like Kappa is going to bring it up towards wall. Doesn't get bumped by Wubik. And drive all the way up just above goal. Olvi gets a clear. Kappa's going to take it back. Tried to make a shot. Wubik is there to save it. Ghosty's going to get a bump. Now back in corner. Pink's going to try to get it past Dicey. Looks like they are. But Wubik misses it. Now Pink's going to hit it, bring it up. Gets it past Olvi. Off the backboard. Ghosty isn't in a good spot. Pink's going to hit it over Dicey to Kappa, who misses it. And Dicey's going to get a clear.
That was a huge opportunity for the Rangers. They had Rhythm right where they wanted, and they just needed to put it on target. And multiple people go missing on the shot. Olvi in the corner, trying to get a lead of their own here. Goes right into Wubik. Gets it around 2 with a huge fake. Gets it around 3, but it's not on target. And nobody on the Rhythm was ready to put it away. Unfortunate play. Does not find its way in, but puts Rangers on their toes. Not a lot of boost to work with. Pink does everything he can. Huge 50 plays out to Dicey. Hop over 1. Kappa will hit it away for now.
Sorry about that. Now Wubik gonna take it at midfield. Hits it up. Oh, that makes a shot. Saved by Ghosty. Dicey gonna take it in corner. Try to get it in front of goal. Unable to. Pink does get a clear. Wubik gonna take it up. Pink misses it. Olvi gonna take it. Hits it up far. Kappa does take it from there. Wubik takes it from center. Dicey with the miss. Wubik makes a shot, but too far right. Now Olvi is gonna hit it off wall. The Pink, who hits it past Dicey. Wubik. Now Olvi gonna hit it again. No, Wubik makes a shot. Rapid fire shots by Rochester. They're just defending really well for Hibbington.
Yeah, but beautiful play off the backboard. Huge defensive save from Wubik. Keeps Rhythm alive. They don't want the series to go to 5 games. They want to end it right here. No boost to go around on the defensive end. Hit up high, Wubik. Hitting this into the corner. Bit of a cluster in the corner. Olvi bumped into the ball. Makes the save. Dribble attempt now. 1v1. Doesn't get it around Ghosty. Ghosty now. Huge pinch. Goes on the offensive end, but nice touch by Wubik to keep it close and gets a follow-up touch. Pink's awkward now. Makes do with what he has, but dangerously out in the box. Controlled away, Dicey. Trying to smell blood in the water. Gets a bump on the goal line, but Ghosty does well to hang on to it. A minute left. And so far, been very back and forth. No one able to put away a goal just yet.
Now 1 minute left, 1-1. Good defense, offense by both teams. In corner with Wubik. Ghosty's gonna get a bump. Now Kappa with the ball take. Hits it in corner. Pink makes a shot. It bounces off a rim and rims out. Now Ghosty with the shot, saved by Wubik. Kappa gonna hit it out of corner. Pink takes it. Hits it in corner. Olvi gonna take it up. Gets it past Olvi. Not Olvi. Olvi gets it past Wubik. Gets a bump though. Now back in corner. Pink has it. Hits it up. Pink gets a save off Olvi's shot. Now we're gonna follow up. Hits it in corner. Gonna try to set it up. Kappa goes up for it. Meets with Dicey. Gets a save. Ghosty gonna make a shot right towards goal, and Kappa hits it in.
Huge play from Rangers with 13 seconds left. Big mistouch. Just an unfortunate 50 for the side of the Rhythm, and that's sometimes all it's going to take in a game like this. 13 seconds left. Do we see any kickoff shots happen? They lose it wide to Rubik, who gets a huge touch, but saved away by Kappa. Now in the corner, it's so tough to play this ball. Huge 50 win. Pink first on it. Rubik with no boost, hits it up high. Pink tries to hit it back into open space. Kappa quick on it. Stays in front, makes the touch so tough for Dicey, and they can't keep it up. We're going to game 5.
Wonderful play by Abington Rangers. A great shot. Able to seal the score just at the end, which brought them out in order to tie series now 2-2. Going into a game 5 that is going to decide this series.
Yeah, and yet again, I mean, this time Rangers having more shots than Rhythm. I think this is maybe the first time I've seen that on the scoreboard. Maybe it happened in game 2. I can't quite remember, but I'm pretty confident this is one of the only times that Rangers have outshot Rhythm. And most of the shots coming from Wubik. And they did have their chances. Rangers had theirs too, but it really just seems like Rhythm are so good at controlling the ball, at possessing it, and getting Rangers kind of stuck in their own half, but they're not good with just the finishing touch, the execution on the play to, like, the shot to put it in the net. Sometimes just isn't there. But they're going to need that in game 5, because especially with how that game 4 ended, anything can happen, and it can happen in an instant, and all of a sudden you're down by 1 goal with 10 seconds left, and it's looking rough. So we'll see Rangers on one side, Rhythm on the other. Who comes out on top?
Ghosty gonna get a quick kickoff, quickly return. Now Pink's gonna get it at midfield. Ovi gets a shot back, but Pink able to take it back. Now in corner, Pink's gonna let it go to Kappa. Dicey now hits it up to Ovi, who gets it past Pink. Now Pink's gonna try to get away from Dicey, unable to. Kappa gets demoed by Wubik. Now Ghosty's gonna hit it back towards midfield, up to Pink. Gets a weird shot. Now Ghosty's gonna follow up. Dicey taking it away from Pink. Pink with a bump. And Wubik's gonna carry it towards goal, gets it up, but Pink is there to save it.
Huge save. That's a big whiff from Ghosty. Wubik can't get the touch. Big pass out to the middle. Pink is there, and he dunks it through. First goal. Just a little above 4 minutes left. Huge muscle play from Pink, and a beautiful redirect from Ghosty to put it central.
Now 1-0, going in favor of Hibbington Rangers. 4:10 left on clock. Definitely time to come back by a long shot. Now down at goal line. Gonna be up. Dicey with a shot towards corner. Pink's gonna follow up after Wubik gets shot. Now Ghosty gonna save it up to Kappa. Olvi gonna take it now. Hits it back. Ghosty's gonna have it in corner. Gets it past Wubik. Carrying it down all the way In corner, gonna get it past Olvi.
Ooh.
Unable to make a shot by Kappa, just a bit too far to the right. Now all the way back at other goal, it's gonna lay flat with Dicey and Kappa.
Such an awkward touch! Lupa can't find it under the crossbar. Stays pinned on the backboard. Dicey trying to find something more. More and more time ticking away. Rangers, will they be able to hold on to this lead for the rest of the match? Will Witham find an equalizing goal? With this Rangers offense, it's looking scary for Rhythm, but a good clear. Gives them some time. Big demo on the other end, but Ghosty stays on the ball. Doesn't allow them to really do anything with it. Olvi to the side wall, pass to himself. Huge clear down. Trying to start some offense here. Demos may be coming through. Ubik can't really reach this. Ghosty pinch. Dicey's ready for it. Huge touch up. Pink first on the ball. To the ceiling. Flip reset. Carrying it as far as he really can. Olvi. Good patience on that challenge. Huge demo, though. Rhythm not looking to have any answers right now. Try to counter anything that Rangers are doing right now. It's Rangers in control. And what a game to do it in Game 5. But still only a 1-goal game.
Back in corner, Pink's up. Doesn't hit it far, but does hit it. Now Wubik gonna try to get it past Ghosty. Does. Kappa's there, hits it up. Gonna follow through. Gets it past Olvi and scored by Ghosty for a 2-goal lead.
Just no one ready on Rhythm to go for a challenge. They're both players kind of sitting, waiting for one to go. And that's what was so good for them in the games that they won throughout this series. They were quick on the ball. They were quick in challenges. Now they look a little bit more scared. They're giving some space up. Especially with mechanical players like this on Hibbing, they're going to take advantage of that every single time. Wubik on this ball, trying to fight it off Ghosty. They're going to need a goal. Probably within this minute if they want a good chance at coming back in this game. But that touch out to Pink is not the way to do it. Wubik quick on the challenge. Gets beat. There's nobody back. Ghosty will put it away 3-0.
A good plays coming out from Hibbing Rangers. Going to lead them with a 3-0 lead. 1:37 left on clock. Gonna be definitely a good, strong lead. Hopefully, if they continue this up, they might take this game and series. Pink up and side, gonna bring it down. He gets a pack Dicey, almost past Wubik, but does get this clear.
Olvi down the field, just trying anything at this point. You might as well. And you reach the deciding factor of, do you play more defensively? Do you still play normal? Not to allow any more stray goals to go in, or do you play super aggressive? Olvi with the hero play with absolutely no boost somehow muscles it through the entirety of Rangers defense.
Definitely. Now 1:13 left on clock. 3-1. Shorten their lead by 1. Now Olvi gonna get win kickoff right to Pink. Gets it up over Dicey. Bounces off roof almost in goal, but cleared by Wubik. Kappa now centers it for Pink, but Wubik with another good clear. Pink is going to hit it up. Gets it across defenders. Gets it bounce off corner. Kappa with a good center. Wubik is going to take it though. Gets it past Ghosty, but a little too high for a goal. Now Kappa's going to get it past goal. Right to wall where Wubik is.
Wubik trying to find someone central. Hits it a bit far away. Gets another touch on it. Tries to leave it for Olvi. Bit of a miscommunication there, and Dicey goes missing. This might be a huge opportunity for Rangers to seal up the game. It's towards the net, but blocked away by Wubik. 30 seconds left. They're going to need a goal. And they're going to really need it soon, because each second is so important in a game like this. Olvi to the sidewall. No boost. Gets bumped off to play. Dicey to cut him off towards the backboard. Big misplay on the side of Rangers, but Kappa stays in front of it. And somehow they hold on with 10 seconds left. Rhythm scrambling. And as each second ticks down, as each time they do not have the ball, it becomes more and more impossible. And Rhythm will not find this game. They will not find the series. And I don't think that was the start they were looking for off the trade window.
Most likely not. A wonderful series, though. Definitely good. Tied till the end. Able to go through, bring it to the fifth game. Broke it up and looked like just Hitman was able to come out on top with good offense. Definitely coming out by Kappa and I already forgot. But good offense in general. They were able to get all those good shots in. Good defense too, which brought them out. Just yeah, they overall just good in the last couple games.
Yeah, but our next match of the day, if I can pull up the right Google Doc spreadsheet. Our next match of the day should be Des Moines Derecho versus the St. Paul Senators. Right after a very quick break.
Came from a broken home. I've seen so many people go. Learn to make it on my own. It's easier for me to be alone. So how are you? Keep cutting through. Claiming you're not like the other guys. And only if I could give you a chance. Show me that you mean it. We'll feel some type of way. Something must be wrong with me. Keep wanting just to see you show up at my door. Et même quand je suis froide, un peu indifférent, tu continues tout de même de montrer tes efforts. I'm trying to keep my heart in peace. I just can't think but the way that I feel. It's too hard to trust. I mess it up. I just can't risk to be falling like this. Oh, why do you keep chasing clouds? Before I could change my mind. won't suffer no fools. Serpent, daydream. I bite, you call me lovely. Got a sweet tooth. I'm gonna get the sugar from you. When they say I'm a machine gun, I take it as a compliment. Honey, you should know I can be a weapon. I can be a weapon. Come cold blood, selfish. Your words are painless. I like when I drive and feel so dangerous. They say I'm a red flag, 'cause they want it so bad. You should know I'm holding on to what I have. When they say I'm a machine gun, I take it as a compliment. Honey, you should know I can be a weapon. I can be a weapon.
Welcome back, everybody. I said it was going to be a short break, and this time it actually was. Sometimes your breaks go on for longer than they're planned for, but not this time. Joined again by Red Flame, and we have even more Challenger action coming at you. If you just joined, we did play a series, or watch a series earlier today, Rhythm versus Hibbing. Went the side of Hibbing in 5. And speaking of series scores, what do you predict the series score to be for this match, Red Flame?
I'm gonna say it's gonna go to the derechos in 4. Very odd for me, but I'm gonna say 4.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, right off the bat, Senators. Lots of pressure. Banging the ball around to that corner, not quite finding any success doing so. Infield pass just finds Fluke, who can't quite get that shot on. And I think Fluke, if I'm not mistaken, might be a roster shuffle for this. I think newer player for Mikey. We'll see how he performs in his debut game. Unfortunate defensive situation there. Double commit in the corner. A lot of awkward challenges, and Papo there to capitalize on it.
Yep, 1 minute in, we have a 1-0 lead in favor of St. Paul Senators. Going in kickoff, it is in favor of the Senators. Papo goes up with the follow-up, hits it in corner. Quickly met in corner with Stratus and Nick. Now we're gonna try to get it down. Unable to. Sent back in corner. Fluke is there. Stratus does take it though. Gets it past Nick. Nick does get a hit on it though. Brings it up in corner. Gonna follow up. Brings it all the way down the other corner. Power is there. He's gonna be up with it with Blakester, who does get it away from him. Now Nick is gonna shoot it towards goal. High off backboard. Stratus is there though. Now Power is gonna try to take it, but Nick is still in control.
More pressure for Senators. They're not content with up being just one goal. Stratus, though, trying to get something started down the other end. But able to find much. Pass cut off. Lands right in the hands of Papo. Huge cut off by Stratus. Almost finds that one towards the net, actually. Fluke a bit caught off guard. Blakester can't reach it for the shot. Papo, again, trying to build pressure, but blocked away by Fluke. Stratus. Mutual 50. Nick trying to keep it in Derecho's side. Derecho trying to keep it in Senator's side, and there's just a lot of boomer ball being played right now.
Now at 50, it looks like I'm gonna go back towards Senator's goal. Papo gonna be up with the ball. Runs down past Power. Stratus takes it though. And try to hit it across the field. Nick is there to stop it. Goes off backboard to Blake and Power. Blake's gonna bring it down. Unable to get it far enough into goal. Luke's gonna bring it back, but Papo takes it. Past Power. Nick hits it up. Now Fluke's gonna hit it down, tries to get it past. Now Power is the one who gets it far cleared. Nick is gonna be there, gets it past Fluke. Power gets a shot towards goal. Blakester with the save, and Nick with the clear.
Big opening on the side for Derecho. They can't put it in the net. No one was there, and it just rolls on the goal line. Still only a 1-goal game, but I mean, Derecho need to be there to score those. Not over for them yet. They don't quite have the ball just yet. Stratus, huge touch, though, to the defensive end. Forcing Papo to do something with the ball. Does well. Bit of a miscommunication. The corner shot finds its way through. Blocked away. Follow up from Stratus. Touch towards the backboard. Double tap attempt on target. Uses the flip that he got on the ball. And plays it around the entire Senators defense.
Now 1-1 tied up. 1:17 left on clock. Could go either way. Both teams doing very well. Going in kickoff, it's going to be in favor of... Ooh, Derechos. Stratus going to follow up. Hits it up. Goes kind of backwards in a weird spot. He's going to get it back, though. Gets a flip reset, makes a shot, but Blakester is there to save it and clear it.
Stratus tried to find something off the energy that he had from that double tap goal. Maybe gets one here, bumped off towards the ceiling, leaves it for Power, shot! And just like that, 2 quick ones on the board for Derecho, and now they're up by 1.
Now Derecho up by 1, 2-1. 52 seconds left. Could go either way, definitely enough time left for 1 goal in St. Paul's favor. Kickoff does go in favor of St. Paul, quickly returned by Power just above goal. Blakester does get a clear. Long wall. Gonna have 1 boost in tank. He's gonna make something out of it, gets it in front of goal. No one is there to make a shot, and Stratus gets a clear right towards Blakester.
Seems that Des Moines just had to find their groove. After that first goal that they got scored on, kind of woke them up a little bit. Might have poked the Hornets' nest if you were Senators, because you're getting stung right now in this game. You had a comfortable 1-goal lead for most of it. Although it's not quite over yet, 10 seconds, but Derecho have control, Power on this ball. Does well to touch it. Blakester towards the midfield, cut off quickly. Demo on Papo, doesn't leave that many options. Touch towards the net, Power will be there for it. Confirming Derecho's win. And putting them up 1-0. I think this is one of the most crucial games in a best-of-5 series, aside from the following game, which puts you on match point. Being up like this in a best-of-5, you could threaten a sweep on Senators if they win the next one, but I don't know if Senators are going to let that happen.
Most likely not. They at least got to get 1 in. Also, to fill my prediction out, 3-1 in Derecho favor. We're going to go into game 2. Going to be 1-0 lead in favor of Derecho for the series. Best out of 3. Could go at most 5 games if we need.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to need that, though. I mean, I also don't think Senators are at their full. You saw Derecho kind of find their groove late into game one. Aside from that one goal that Senators had, it wasn't really looking like that much more. Their bag didn't look much deeper than that. Maybe it's different here in game two. They've had a game to settle in. They've seen what Derecho are capable of. We'll see how they react. A lot of offense coming up. Fluke, last man on defense, does well to make that save. Stratus trying to start a counterattack, gets blocked off quickly. Fluke will try to carry it out. Nick, huge challenge there. Bit dangerous. Stratus keeps it out of the way, and right now, Derecho are kind of just stuck in their own half.
40 seconds in, no goal. Stratus inside. Papo gonna try to get a pass. Goes get it past Fluke, although he does take possession up top. Gonna try to get it past Blakester, unable to. Now Power gets it clear. Nick is there to take it. Fluke gets it away. Blakester there. Passes it mid to Papo. Gonna wrap it around a corner. Tries to center, unable to. Stratus is there to hit it away. Now Blakester with a shot towards goal. And cleared by Power.
Huge touch to the backboard. Nice touch by Fluke to keep it out. They've been holding on defense for a long time. Still in their own half. They still haven't gotten it out. Bit of a double commit. Results in a team pinch, and finally Senators having to play some defense for only so long. Huge touch midfield. Fluke. Huge 50. Stratus trying to be the first one there. Gets beat. Blakester being patient with this. Does get a touch middle. Pass. Not quite finding anyone. Stratus will be there to cut it off regardless. Power. A lot of time in the air. To the ceiling. Can't quite stay behind it. Fluke will carry this out. Huge 50 win. Demo comes through. No one there for the shot on Derecho. That was a good look, but just can't quite execute on it.
Now we're bringing it all the way back. Nick is there, hits it up. Now Fluke there hits it off wall to Stratus. Gets it in goal for first score of the game and 2:54 left.
Derecho carrying their momentum from game one into game two. They score the first goal. Stratus, slow shot, fakes it around Nick. Was anticipating a bit more of a powerful shot coming his way, a bit of a fake out to put it across the goal line. It'll give them the 1-goal game. Or the 1-goal lead, sorry. Power. Good Demo opening up space. Papo goes missing, but Blakester will be there to collect. Stratus. Get on his back foot. Does make well with that touch. Blakester's there to meet it, though. Fluke trying to buy his team some time. Knows the low boost. Power and Papo both go missing. Shot on target. Fluke's there for it. More pressure building. Just one back for now on the side of St. Paul. Blakester demoed off this really quickly. Maybe some offense sprouting for Derecho to maybe widen their lead to 2 goals. But not if Nick can have anything to say about it.
2:10 left on clock. One goal lead by Derecho. In their corner. Nick gonna try to get it up. Power does take it. Now along wall. Stratus gonna follow up. Hits it up. Gonna follow it. Lets it drop to Power. Tries to get a pinch. Nick does hit it away. Fluke there. Is it back towards midfield? Nick is going to take it. Run it towards corner. Stratus is going to try to hit it. He does hit it up off Blakester's shot. Going to follow up. Papo does take it. Now Fluke in top. Going to dribble it over Blakester. Now Fluke's going to try to pass it to Stratus because he has no boost. Stratus does get it. Now Power out of corner with a double tap to Nick. Now Blakester's going to try to roll it all the way across, but looks like Power is able to get it away from him.
Power now towards the backboard. Next ready for it though. Fluke trying to get it off his hands. Stratus wins the foot race to that neutral ball, and it keeps Derecho in control of this game with 1 goal. Might be all they need. Maybe put on another one. Fluke will find the opening from the Des Moines Derecho pressure.
Now up by 2. Derecho's doing good. Up by 2, 2-0. 1:03 left on clock. Definitely a strong lead. Looks like they might win this second game, bring their series up 2-0. Blakester is going to put a good center for Papo. Hits it in the corner though. Bounces right back to Nick. Misses it. Now Stratus gonna make a shot. Blakester there to save it, and Fluke is up to hit it right back.
Yeah. And I mean, I was expecting maybe it's not quite over yet, but with even more pressure and even another goal from Des Moines, it might just be 3-0 with under 40, just a little under 40 seconds left. No boost on the side of St. Paul. And I mean, I didn't quite talk about the standings for the last game, but for this one, I mean, this is a huge win for Des Moines, especially considering that St. Paul right now are second place in the league. They are tied for first with Bemidji in terms of win-losses. They're both undefeated. So for Des Moines, who is technically negative right now, they're only 2-3, to have a chance to sweep what is technically the second best team, if not the first, at least in win-loss records, is absolutely insane. They come out the gates swinging. Fluke making a really good statement debut series against an opponent that really couldn't be any more tough in this one. And they're on the cusp of sweeping them.
Yup. Now 2-0 in the series. Derecho's doing really well in this. Looks like they might be able to take a sweep, with this next game being possibly the last. But if St. Paul are able to win it, looks like they might be able to push it to a 4-game.
Yeah, and I mean, what does Senators have left? They're not undefeated for no reason. And I mean, this is kind of a similar story as last time. Rhythm, 4th place team, getting beat. Granted, it was 5 games. It wasn't like they were getting swept like what's happening with the Ratio and Senators right now, but just a lot of upsets today. I think a lot of people had Rhythm last series even sweeping Rangers, but I guess not. Maybe just chemistry not quite there for Rhythm. I know Ghosty's been participating in that Challenger roster off stream for a bit, so he has kind of that chemistry. But I mean, a lot of debut games for a lot of people we haven't seen play yet this season. And Fluke making a really good statement. I mean, like I said, this is quite literally the second or first place team right now, and they're about to get swept if Game 3 goes their way.
Definitely. Fluke with a good hit towards goal. Nick with a clear. Bringing it up towards midfield. Power does take it from him towards goal. Blakester with the save, and Power with another shot. Stratus with a shot. Papa with a clear. Back towards an empty net. Not in goal, but it is quickly hit by Papo to score a first quick goal.
And St. Paul, they're not out of it. They're not down for the count yet. Series still isn't over. Start off the game on the right foot with a 1-goal lead. Will Des Moines respond, or has the floodgates opened from St. Paul? Usually when it rains, it pours, but we'll see if it's monsoon season for Derecho as well. They've been putting down the goals so far, especially in that last game. Power trying to create something here on the counterattack. Fluke, huge dunk. Power, quick response. It leaves the net open for just a glance, but no one's there quick enough. Stratus now has not a lot of boost. Able to bait some defense out, though. Huge touch out. Having Blakester to go high for it. Huge clear. Back to kind of this boomer ball we saw more in Game 1. Power goes missing on that touch. Fluke getting harassed on his back line. Does make good to touch that ball, though. Des Moines trying to find a response to that first goal still.
3:45 left on clock. Still a 1-goal lead for St. Paul. Going back towards their side. Power's going to try to get it past Blakester. He does. In front of goal. No one there to score it. Blakester with a quick clear. Now Power's going to hit it past Nick. Past
Power.
Blakester and Papo with a double shot. Not in. Miss by Stratus, and Fluke with a save by Blakester. Now Power hits it over them all. A little too high. Gonna quickly wrap around. Stratus is there, hits it too high, tries to get a double tap.
Oh.
Quickly cleared behind Nick.
So many good opportunities for Des Moines. Big backflip coming up from Power. Did so much in so many of those plays, was not able to put it in the back of the net. That would have been a huge momentum goal. Not that they really needed it. Already up 2 games, but I mean, just to really help in this game 3 where St. Paul are searching for an answer to crush their hopes and dreams of the 1v3 solo play. Almost finds its way in. Not quite. They still have a lot of time left to work with. Power on the ball again, gets the touch. Nothing really quite happening on that offensive play. Power goes missing, and now Stratus has to play back on defense. All 3 players pushed up. Huge touch on the backboard, gets it around 2. Blakester a bit awkward, doesn't make good on that touch. Power forced to make the save, burn a lot of boost for it. Fluke now a bit backward on that corner. Good pass out to Stratus, though. Huge clear down the other end. Blakester, touch maybe not going the way he wanted it to, but no one on Des Moines was ready for it. And St. Paul is still holding on to this 1-goal lead.
Yep, almost raised by 2. No one there to make a shot. Now back to Nick. Fluke gonna get it past him. Too high, gonna drop down. Motion shot. Nick gonna quickly try to clear that. Fluke takes it though. Gets it across field to Stratus. Hits it in the wall. Blakester gets a hit on it. Gonna try to bring it back. Fluke is there again to hit it back into corner. Papo's gonna get to past Stratus. Power is there. Nick gets it off his shot. Now Fluke with another shot towards goal top right. Power gonna try to center it. Stratus, Papo go up for it. Papo wins. Now Fluke gonna hit it against wall, where Power gets a shot towards Stratus.
Big fake from Stratus. Almost worked. Only a little bit above a minute now for Des Moines to try to find something. It's only been a 1-goal game so far. Stratus, 50 out. Aside from that flurry of opportunities they had off of Power's touches, it hasn't really been anything more than that. That's a huge whiff on the goal line from both players, but wasn't in a threatening spot. Power off the ceiling. Can't quite get the follow-up touch. Under a minute now for Des Moines to try to find something. And to also not get scored on if they want a chance to go to OT, if they want a chance to end it in a sweep. A huge miscommunication on the backboard, but an even bigger miss from Papo. Doesn't find the touch, but they're not going to need another goal if they want to win this game. Des Moines, though, they're able to kind of just summon something out of nothing in such a quick time that no lead is ever safe. That flies towards the net. Fluke able to get in front of it, though. 20 seconds left. Des Moines are all cooped up in their half. What do they have left? Fluke to Power, cut off by Nick. Stratus tries to catch it. Demo chase attempt dodged, but a follow-up 50. Keeps it in their half for even longer. 10 seconds left. They're going to need an offensive push with a 50 from Blakester, though. It looks near impossible. Fluke 50, trying to muscle it through Stratus towards the other end. It'll stay up. Power pops at Stratus with a huge beat. There's an open opportunity, and at 0 seconds, it goes the entire length of the field. And Des Moines forcing overtime in Game 3.
Crazy last second shot by Fluke. Just barely past Blakester, I believe that was. Now 1-1 in overtime. Could go either way. And if Derecho does end out winning this game, it will be a reverse sweep.
The reverse sweep will be started. It's a step in the right direction, but one of many. The reverse sweep is a huge mountain to climb, especially when Des Moines are playing like they are right now. The roster acquisition proving well for them so far. Might sweep the best team in the league, might not. We'll see. All it takes is 1 goal. Luke, huge touch. Maybe could have been a goal if someone was upfield for it. Pass downfield. Stratus can't reach it. Des Moines got to be careful not to overextend there. Look dangerous for a second. Now Nick has a lot of space. The demo attempts are coming towards net, but that's not on target. No one there. No one even needs to be there for Derecho to save that ball. Stratus, no boost. Power able to keep it within control. Stays on that. Stratus again, not quite finding the touch that he might want. Papo towards the net, saved away by Power. Not a lot of boost to go around on the side of Des Moines. They're going to need to clear it soon. Otherwise, it might spell disaster. Shot on target. Fluke. Huge save on the goal line to keep composed there. Caught it with just millimeters left to spare. Touch up high. Double tap saved by Nick. Senators are not wanting to go out here. They want to at least take it to game 4. But Des Moines want to sweep the best team in the league, and they might have just done it there if it wasn't for Power saving his own teammate's shot.
Now Fluke up on St. Paul's side. Blakes are going to hit it. Stratus is there, hits it to corner. Hits cleared. Nick now shooting. Power there to get it cleared back towards Blakester. He's going to try to hit it. Power misses the return. Quickly return though. Now Nick going to try to hit it across. Stratus going to quickly turn around and pass it to Fluke. Fluke gets it past Popo. Nick there though. He's going to put it down in corner. Power there. He's going to take it slow. Does get it past Nick. Blakes are now up. Stratus is able to get it. Able to get it. Now pushing it up past Fluke. But Stratus is there.
Nick now towards the sidewall. Popo follow-up. Double tap. Can't find it. Follow-up shot blocked away. It's not on target. Stratus hold on to what little boost that he could and stays in front of that. Could have spelled game over for them if he hadn't. Huge clear down the other way by so much time. Follow-up. Touch dunk. Not there. Fluke. Towards the net, hit wide. Touch middle. Power quick on this. Bit awkward out in front. Popo does stay behind the ball. Lands in the hands of Blakester. Popo quick follow up. Not quite hit to maybe where he wanted it to. Power. Alexa just banged the ball at the net. He might have found an opening, but Popo there quick. Bit of a miscommunication. Fluke. Another huge clear for the side of Des Moines. So far it has been working. Usually you want to see more control coming out when you're given space like that, but Senators haven't really been able to deal with it well. Power touch out. Trying to buy his team some time to get back. Huge demo. Opens up the way for a solo play from Stratus. We know what he can do in the air. Goes under one. Tries to get it around the entire team. And does! Derecho will sweep St. Paul Senators.
Let's go!
What a play by Stratus. Just barely getting it past the two defenders there. Does though, in fact, which will lead them to a reverse sweep 3-0 for the winning team, Derecho.
Huge upset from Derecho. I mean, they were 5-0. St. Paul were undefeated before going up against Des Moines. And Des Moines, who is the lower half team, 12th place, comes all the way up and punches way above what people thought was their weight class. And doing more than that, it's not a game 5 tough out situation like it was with Rangers and Rhythm. It was a complete sweep. And there was overtimes. It wasn't like Senators were getting blown out every single game, but I mean in the series 3-0. Good teams find a way to win, and even if it's only by 1 goal in overtime, Des Moines found a way to win that series.
Yes, in fact, and just overall, all in all, it was just a wonderful close game all the way through. Just the Derecho's in the end, almost every game, finding a way to get us a score and just push themselves towards the end and take out the win in reverse sweep.
Yeah, and I mean, beautiful series from Des Moines, looking to carry that throughout the rest of the season with their roster move, proving to definitely be one of the better ones as they try to kind of fight for that top 8, get in for that qualification for land. Top 8 does make it, and the earlier you can kind of get in that contention, the better. But we will see you. I will not be joining you for the other series that we have coming up, but there is still Challenger games. We're only half, believe it or not, this is only half of what we have to offer today with our series. We have 2 more. I will not be seeing you on the other side, but the teams that will be seeing you on the other side are Burnsville and Bemidji. That's going to be a fun one to watch as well, so don't go anywhere.
Ay, they screaming, this is my moment, my fate written, I'm chosen. Other spirits fall, but mine has ceased to be broken. You stripping down my pride, but I'm my only opponent. And lately I abide, but limitless I've awoken. So let me show you that everything I sacrificed mattered. All that blood, sweat, tears that I scattered. All that fake talk, fear that you splattered. Push me to right here, a new chapter.
Here now, waiting for the flag to fall. Here now, cutting through the rolling fog. You know you need it. It's so close, I feel it. Here now, this is the moment.
One too many times, the shots that y'all are taking. One too many times that I've been stuck patient on my downfall. Antidote seeking while I was vacant, but the crown falls simply to those who try to take it. One shot to get two paid, and my three wet like lemonade. 4 times and I step back just to reload and I let it spray. This is everything that I need, everything that I wanted, everything that I bleed. This is victory and I got it, cause I'm here now.
Waiting for the flag to fall.
Waiting.
Here now, cutting through the rolling fog. You know you need it. It's so close, I feel it. Here now, this is the moment.
Right here, right now.
Now, waiting for the curtain call. Here now, this is the moment.
Welcome back to Midwest Championship Series to Rocket League. I think it's called. I don't know. We're playing some car soccer here with Iwu, and it's gonna be a good one. I'm excited for it. But Brock's behind production, Mr. Wolfie guy. Should be a blast. There's a goddamn bird squeaking outside my window, and yeah, I'm excited here, Iwu. What do you think this series is gonna have for us?
I think we're going to see a lot of good goals, a lot of good plays out of these challenger teams. I'm not much of a stat guy, I'm more of a vibes guy, and the vibes are telling me I'm taking the Lumberjacks. They're just gonna run through them.
I agree. I think it's going to be a very good matchup, sure, but the Lumberjacks do feature the number one goal scorer in all of Challenger at 1.33 goals per game, and you'll see that player in just a second. But that's the only statistic that they currently lead in. Shout out to Bubbly Reaper for getting us statistics, getting all the stats put into ball chasing this season. But yeah, they're the number one goal scorer currently. And why am I the only one in the lobby, guys? Where did you go?
We're in the other lobby.
All right. Oh, are you now?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, well,
You just
you
wanted to
could
be
have told
different.
me that. I was lost on the field there, Mr. Ewu.
That's
but,
on you, brother.
Yeah, that's on me. I think everyone's here, but it's gonna be interesting because the Inferno they made a move in the trade window, and they're not the same roster. Originally, they started out with a different team. I forget who was on it, but they made they actually dropped a player, signed somebody in free agency, and then made a trade straight up with Hibbing. So they're gonna have a different roster. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So we're gonna have some new players. But yeah, no, this Lumberjacks team is 5-0 currently, Iwu, and they're unbeaten. They're looking to continue that streak.
Yeah. I'll take the Lumberjacks in this one. The Rising Star team did not get it done last night, but that franchise, at least in Challenger, Rising Star has been very successful with the teams they've built, and I think nothing's really going to change tonight. I think they'll stay undefeated, and I'll say they'll do it comfortably in 3.
I'm gonna go Lumberjacks in 4. I'm gonna jump on the train as we are going to kick off game number 1 here in our best of 57. Winner takes all as 5 minutes on the clock, and the Burnsville Inferno will play the Bemidji Lumberjacks.
Oh.
And already on the kickoff, a very unfortunate situation for Bob to be, as a different Link will score the first goal. A different Link Ewu than last night. That was Link with no E. This is a Link with an E.
Well, the E is the most important letter of the alphabet, in my opinion. So I know who I'm picking.
It does start with your name, so
Yeah.
I have to imagine it holds some sort of great importance in life. But
Maybe a
GB,
little bit of bias.
maybe GB, Link, Linky, Link. I'm pretty sure it's just Link. GB, Link, and Slow coming over in the 1-on-1-for-1 trade with Hibbing. The completely different team. This is going to be an interesting point for him. But I didn't bring up that Burnsville actually does indeed. GB right now is second in shooting percentage behind another player, but was very close to being in the top spot for shooting percentage for the entirety of Challenger. So he's not having a terrible season, and pairing him up with Slow, and then Link is the new pickup from free agency, and should be interesting to see what we get, because they're going to have a tough test right away, and they're already rising to the task as they're 1-0. But I think this is the full Lumberjacks roster. I have to check. I'm going to check super quickly. It is indeed his Uncle Stan, Big Randy, and Bob the Huge Man as their starting roster. So yeah, it is a full starting 3 for Bemidji. It'll be interesting to see what we get out of that Lumberjacks there.
Yeah, for sure. I think, I don't know, I hate switching my pick, but I've seen the card designs for Bemidji, and I'm not messing with them.
No, they make me want to throw up in my mouth.
Yeah, I don't like them a whole lot. Really
Yeah.
not.
Make you want
Really
to tie down
not.
the pig and cut
Yeah.
off the foot.
Yeah,
But,
and smoke it over. Low as
And eat
well.
it.
That's
Dip
what the
it in some-
Inferno are trying to do
Dip it in some
today.
barbecue sauce. Maybe some
Oh,
ketchup.
no.
Oh, no, please, no. Link's got 2. And the titanium white design from him will lead to a 2-0 advantage, of course, for this Burnsville Inferno side. I'm sure they're happy to see a lead, but you got to imagine the Lumberjacks are going to get going. But I'm just going to take a quick dash through time back to back in time to see who the Lumberjacks have played. And they're coming off of 2 wins, one over the Jungle, one over the Superiors, as Uncle Stan will get dunked in. Let's go all the way down the field, and Big Randy not on the rotation quick enough. Bob was caught out, and Slow will get the 3rd on the board for this Inferno team, who look completely different. But yeah, the Lumberjacks won in 4 against the Jungle and the Superiors last week. The week before that, they swept Fargo and beat Omaha in 4, and then the week before that was week 1. They beat Des Moines in a sweep. So they haven't done very, very well. But appreciate that, Linky. I'll make sure it's Linky now, but I don't know. It looks like Link with just an E at the end of it. We have another Link, but he don't have no E, so it's hard for us to figure that out. But that 3-0 advantage to the Inferno right away. They're looking for 4. They got 4.
Man, they almost have more goals than they have points on the season.
That's a stat to bring up.
Well,
they almost have more goals in one game than they have stats on the season.
Well,
that must suck. But
it hasn't been the greatest season for the Inferno so far. Just 5 points for them. But what an upset it would be and really bring up some momentum. Oh no! Oh goodness gracious! Bemidji, where have you gone? Your team is not here tonight.
Looking like a shell of their former selves. Obviously 5-0 in the season to start, but be interesting to see what Big Randy can get going. He's the #1 goal scorer in all of Challenger at 1.33 goals per game. As Uncle Stan looks for a dunk off the backboard. Randy's going to miss that shot as Bob will have the touch midfield. Slow is going to cut it out. And all the way down the field for Burnsville as they look to hang on to you with a 4-0 advantage. Looking for 5. They may have gotten it. Bob owned goals and Slow is a hat trick.
Yeah, you're going to hate me for this one, but Burnsville is definitely not starting slow in this series. Pitching.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and mute after
Yep.
that one.
Yeah, good. Let me take it away.
Oh, yeah, you go right ahead.
Of course. So, for Bemidji, it has not been the start you wanted in game 1, especially, but hey, maybe you just find 1 goal and, get some momentum for game 2. Stewie predicted you guys to win in 4, so maybe this is just all part of his master plan.
Nope.
And it's definitely not rigged. Bring the soundboard out. You can talk.
I'm used to talking in different forms, but regardless, a good clear from Bob. As Slow is all the way back. Looks completely different than he did on Hibbing. I don't know if it's just the cohesion for that 3, but Linky, GB, and Slow look very good. Overall, the 5-0 advantage over the 5-0 team. It doesn't look like a 5-0 team at this point. They got to wake up here and get going, which I do think they will in the second game. I think this one is just kind of a go next. And we lost to them. They played a great game. They caught us off guard at the beginning, but 40 seconds to go. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep Bemidji off the scoreboard, which is not something that many teams have done very, very well this season so far. But I don't know. I think this Burnsville roster is the first true test for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, for sure. Even with their season not starting out too hot, GB is just piling it on for him. 6-0. And I mean, maybe you just kind of chalk the game up to the first couple goals, and hey, they scored a few early on us. You kind of relax a bit, just prepare for game 2. But I mean, 6-0 is not an easy task, especially against an undefeated team. And it's just another. First goal, Bob, close. But we've seen a lot of big score lines this week. We had a 9-goal thriller last night, and now it's a 6-0 game. So I don't know, maybe the defense is not sure up to play this week, Stewie.
No, even in Challenger, or it should be, better. But regardless, Rising Star yesterday with 9 goals in the one game. I forget what the teams were, but we've already moved on. But Bob, you don't technically have a timeout, but you can have the minute that it takes for us to get back into the next game. But yeah, so can I get a quick rules check on that? I'm just gonna go ahead and tell him You have until the next game loads up. There you go. As I won't ready up just for that fact, but still, Ewu, good solid performance out of this Inferno side. They look very, very good. Overall, I think you got just a problem offensively for this Lumberjack side. They somehow get 8 shots, which is interesting to me because they lose 9 to 8 in shots, and they what? I mean, they lose 6-0. It's literally just defense at this point. I mean, you see the amount of demos too that the Inferno are able to put up. You feel like that's going to be a theme because it was a theme last night, and I think it's going to continue on.
Yeah, I think demos are always going to be a factor at almost any level you play, and I think that's something that the Lumberjacks maybe need to embrace some more. But I will say, some of their shots are just kind of unlucky that they didn't go in. Some outstanding defense from the Inferno. We'll see what happens in game 2. But
Very true.
I don't know. I think the Lumberjacks find their form here in this one.
I agree. I said it would be a better game 2. I think it will. I think it's just about waking up, really. You're poking a sleeping giant if you're Inferno. And already off the kickoff, they get a demo and full possession out of that corner for the Lumberjacks. They get the ball high up in the middle of the field, and they're looking for a shot off of it, but it's going to be turned away. Uncle Stan lines up a double, has the pass. Bob, a huge 50 from him as he stays true to his namesake, but can't put the ball into the back of the net just yet. And about 30 seconds in, Ewu, and it's really all orange on that blue side.
Yeah, it's really been good on that physical side about what you talked about. Bob's going for a couple bumps into the net, and they've gotten really good looks, and just a bit unlucky with the speed of how they're shooting the ball. It's not there at the moment, and that's allowing the Inferno to kind of get back no matter what their position's in. And their rotation's been solid so far. But I think if they keep demoing, they keep going for the bumps and just trying to make Burnsville as awkward as possible, they will find something, and there they will.
Big Randy, the leading goal scorer for Challenger, has played, I believe, every single game of the season. But when I was looking at stats, there are obviously going to be players who are, way up high in goals per game, but they only played like 1 or 2 games. It's like, it's kind of expected that at that point to be super high. But overall, it's fairly interesting because you have got this team that Bemidji has just not been stopped all season long on offense. They don't hold any shooting percentage statistics, but or defensive statistics, which is interesting. But their offense has been good, and it's run through Randy, and Uncle Stan's been right there with him. Was high on assists per game, so Ewu, it's got to be those two to put the ball in the back of the net, and they're hopefully rising to the occasion here in the second game.
Yeah, they've looked better, and even with their shooting percentage numbers not being like anything outstanding, they're going in for the classic quantity over quality approach. And
That's right.
Bob will loft it downfield. That is it. And Bob gets his name on the scorecard with 3 minutes left. And right there, Slow goes back ball side, Link dives. You're never winning that race. And it's just a tap in for old Bob. That's what you're going to get. And maybe, I don't know, maybe Burnsville just on one game wonder, because this series has been flipped on its head so far. And
it's definitely a change from the first game. Obviously, the 6-0 win for the Inferno, but we have not seen the Inferno really get out of their half and get on an offense as Linky tries to get downfield, but going to receive a pass from Slow. He kind of gives it back, but no boost either for Slow or GB. And they are able to win the 50 and get the ball out of their half, but do they sustain offensive pressure? They kind of do, as Uncle Stan has a clear and a save, but it's going to kick it right back up in front. GB had the touch, but Slow went for the bump, and the timing just didn't work out as another double commit comes out for the Inferno. And GB looks to get by 2 defenders and does exactly that, but there's Bemidji again at the midfield line to hang on.
I really want to see the Inferno kind of speed up their play. I like the ideas they're sending towards Bemidji, but I think just the pace that they're going at is not working. It's a 2v1. A bump, but Link just went, or Link E. Gotta be fancy with the E at the end.
That's right.
Good goal from him. Well, I was not expecting him to just go. Why not?
As 201 left, 12012 is I like that one, but doesn't really line up, but I guess it does in my book. But Randy off that sidewall will lose it to Linky, and Linky's had a good series in his debut so far. For this Inferno roster, like I said in the first game, they've looked different, a lot more revitalized than their previous iteration. The only player they kept was GB, and I can see why they kept him, considering how efficient he's been. But off the bar, Big Randy, it's going to go in, and he's got his second of game number 2. And thank God we don't have to see the bottom half of that profile picture. But
Oh, I
regardless,
was about to say something about that.
yeah, the bar down will go in, and Linky, I don't think he touched it. I think it was in anyways. But regardless, a 2-goal advantage again for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, Randy just firing a shot. It wasn't it wasn't the greatest. I don't know if that got touched or anything, but hey, found the back of that. Linky trying to do it himself. He's been very good. Probably the best player for Burnsville, I'd say. Just in these first 2 games, but he'll miss the touch, and Bob with a huge goal to bet him up 3 with 120 to play.
Is a good follow from Bob, and just plays the miss by Linky. Like you said, is gonna drop that ball into the net, and a 4-1 advantage for the Lumberjacks. This looks like a completely different game than game number 1, but game 1 is game 1. We've seen teams before that completely slaughter their opponents in the first game and then completely fall flat the 3 games after that. As that's kind of what's happening to this Inferno team. They just cannot get out of their half, it seems. And I think it's just due to the pace that Bemidji has kicked up. They cannot keep up on them, and as a result, 50 seconds left and they're down by 3.
Yeah, I mean, for the Inferno, I don't feel like they played a terrible game as a double commit comes out. I think Bemidji's they stepped up their level, and Burnsville now have to find a way to step up their game again. Even though they scored 6 in game 1, it just feels like you're playing an entirely different team. And, I mean, this is their first series playing together. So, maybe it takes some time to get used to, and they got the unfortunate match of having to play the best team in Challenger. So, we'll see what happens here in game 3 as this one's wrapping up. But, I want to see a bit more from Slow. And I don't know. I think the team plays and finding different offensive looks will be the bread and butter for Burnsville here in game 3. That counted?
I don't know how in the world that counts. As I guess Bob will get the 5th.
We'll take it.
I swear that hit the ground, but Bob puts a credit card underneath that ball and somehow sneaks it through, and it will count. I have no idea how in the world that even counted with Bob. Everybody is going to be questioning how in the world that did not hit the ground. I'm still confused as to how that. I've had things that are farther off the ground than that don't count. I've been cheated like that before.
Hey, when it rains, it pours, I guess.
That's right. Yeah, for sure. But a complete and utter, a switch up from the first game. As the Lumberjacks will even the series, they won't get swept themselves. So, I guess they're gonna keep that in their mind, but they're gonna look to win the series now. The rest, but. And in other news, the Jungle it looks to be like they have defeated the Atlas in 4, I'm thinking, from what I can tell. But overall, it'll be fairly interesting to see what we get from the rest of the night.
Yes, it will indeed. So. Game 3. Bob looking to take Big Randy's MVP again with a crazy 0-second goal. I respect that.
Indeed.
But I think this game 3 will be a bit more of the same from Bemidji, and they kind of just assert themselves as the team to beat in Challenger as we head into that first major just a few weeks away.
As yeah, that major is coming up very quickly. Obviously, we've got the week of matches this week, just single header, and then all the way until somewhat the middle of May, kind of early May. There's a break after this week, and then we go to the middle of May for another double header, and then it's the major week. So yeah, it's going to kick up real darn quick. As we don't get any goals at the beginning of this game, we're looking at a pretty quiet scoreline for the first 45 seconds. And as I say that, Uncle Stan is going to test that Burnsville defense once again. Kind of what he's done through the last 2 games is give his team a ton of chances and a lot of shots, and he's going to continue just pouring it on as Linky will get one more. Can't get out, though, and double commit from the Inferno. It's kind of an open chance for Big Randy lining up the double. Can he put it down? And Bob was running interference, but I don't think he needed it.
Yeah, I don't really think Bob needed to get the bump, but because Randy was slotting this no matter what. Linky did his best to try and save it. That's just a nasty angle.
Yep.
And those double commits from Burnsville have been what's the word?
Killer.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I mean, it's really hurt them, and I mean, it happens. It's a brand new team, but still, something you really want to clean up if you want to have any chance in this series. Even with their offense being solid, the defense can't hold up, and they're not holding their weight when they are forced into having to play some defense. As all 3 Burnsville players up here, the shot is good, but not good enough. Good save by Randy. Another one away. No credit for it, but Slow will just keep it in the orange side. Some good offensive pressure coming from the Inferno. GB just dives in. Linky up. It's a whifty. Slow up. Randy with a good touch to keep that one away from their net for now. Linky up. GB can't go. He's demoed. Get out of here. Slow. Another 50. And we just don't want to leave the orange side.
No, why would we? Why would we want to do that? As we're going to find the back of the net with Slow, as Slow's going to even up the game. A huge play from him. A longtime MCS veteran, came back into the league this season after I don't think he played season 7. He definitely didn't play season 8, and season 9 he's making his return. So season number 6 he made land in Challenger with that Rochester roster with Dicey, and they were a very tough team that took pretty much a lot for a lot of teams to take him down, but ended 3rd, 4th, and finds himself now on a roster that is making improvements on the daily basis, as that's going to bounce perfectly for Uncle Stan to kick it away, and Uncle Stan with no boost will get the clear, as Slow is going to demo him for that defensive effort, but still locked in the half of the Inferno as they get out kind of on a 2-on-1, but a miscommunication between Linky and GB, as GB was thinking bump, Linky wanted a pass.
Yeah, bit unfortunate there for him, but Slow says he wants to do it himself, just too high. Still looking for the bump. Stan awkward. GB slots it, makes up for the miscommunication, and he gives the Inferno the lead. Is the upset looming here for Burnsville?
I think it's definitely possible. You as that one's going to put them up 2-1, and they're close, well on their way to going up to a 2-1 advantage. As Burnsville is currently, if I look at the sheets, they're sitting at 1-4 on the season. They are second to last with 5 points. The Lumberjacks are on the complete opposite with 5 times their points and 5 times their wins. And this could be bad if the Inferno are able to win this for the Lumberjacks, because the Lumberjacks, obviously the Senators lose their series, so they go to 5-1, but they need this win to differentiate themselves from the Senators as the number 1 seed.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a new roster for Burnsville, so it's not the same team. It's 1-4, but I mean, it's still the same franchise, so you can't just overlook it. They had to make a roster change for a reason, and it's proven to work out well for them. Maybe slow up for it, can't get it. We go under a minute, and it's all going to be defense for Burnsville. The shot's on. It's a good save by Link. Stand towards the middle. Slow hits it away. Bob's going to have to recollect. He'll try to pinch himself. No power on it. And it's back in the orange side where we've been for most of this game. And Stewie, I mean, this just doesn't look the same Bemidji team. GB missed. Linky can't hit it. Oh, GB is going to be recanting that one in his mind for the rest if they don't find it. Oh, no. It's falling apart.
Yes, it is. It is completely gone by the wayside as Randy will catch him on the counterattack. The good pass down the field. The goal comes in for the Lumberjacks. They're able to tie up the game as they look to take the series lead and pretty much steal the game from Burnsville with Linky. That's a pop touch. Gets under Stan, but Stan's going to kick it away. Randy goes missing. And every single Bemidji player is on the same side of the field. As Slow will just leave that, let it miss, and it puts both Bemidji players in an awkward spot. They're both sitting underneath the ball, and they're able to get the clear as Slow looks in field, tries to find Linky. He can't get the shots as they kind of catch him out. Uncle Stan's trying to bump GB, and he almost got him, but the kill will come from GB. And overtime in Game 3. This is a big one, Ewu.
Yeah, for sure. Game 3 is pivotal in best of fives, no matter the series score. As GB looking to end it quicker, looking for the bump, can't find it. It's a double commit from Bemidji, but it does actually kind of let them set up their offense. Slow off the ceiling, can't get it past Randy, but the bounce too high for any Bemidji players to really pounce on it immediately. Stan goes up, can't find anything. Randy will catch GB with a just straight drive challenge, finds the ball. Slow towards the middle. Linky up for the dagger. Can't find it. We go the other way. And although maybe the stats, GB missed. Linky makes up for it. But Uncle Stan has kind of been my impact player today. I think he's been very good. Maybe the score or the stats don't tell the full story, but I feel like he's done so much for Bemidji. And he's definitely a guy. I think he'll win it for him here in Game 3.
Inch midfield. As Uncle Stan nearly left true to your prediction. As Randy's going to fake that out, will be dunked by Linky all the way down the field. Uncle Stan collects with full boost. Will be dunked by Linky again as Slow beats out two players somewhat, but Randy's going to get the clear and GB will get the midfield boost. Linky, a good beat, looks to stay on this ball. Only has 17, will be dunked by Stan as this is threatening. Slow has no boost. He's going to sit on the goal line. He can't make the touch, but Stan's just going to kick it away and GB with the dunk. Now it's a counterattack for the Inferno as the almost miss from Randy comes out. He clears it all the way down and did miss that midfield boost. Is able to get it on the turn serve, but GB has the touch and the demo from Bob, and Bob will have to respawn and get the full boost. And midfield play, we're 2 minutes in, and the Lumberjacks are close.
Oh, Bob the miss, but it's everybody wet. Stan has the place and he can't. And maybe that's just the Rocket League gods repaying Burnsville. Oh, Bob!
It's still going.
Does anybody want to score? Randy does. That's the man. He scores all the goals for Bemidji.
Oh my God! That's another one.
It's just really not going well for Bemidji in the blue half right now. Linky down the other side. No boost for him. He might be able to get back to it. He'll take the boost and gets the demo. Slow on 30. Can't do anything with this. Bob will clear downfield. Right to GB, but Link goes as well. GB,
miss!
The dagger, right at the keeper. Slow, no. We keep going, Stewie.
Linky gets beat by Stan. GB will collect, hits it straight to the ceiling. Randy on the catch. Can he beat out Slow and GB on the corner as they both are able to commit, and they both commit again with Linky as Stan towards the net. He'll finally put the ball in the back of the net, and the Lumberjacks. Yeah, the Inferno made him work for that one.
Yeah, right there it was a double commit. Stan's not going to miss that, you would think. We've seen some questionable shooting in that Game 3. Lumberjacks just happy to escape with that one. But Burnsville, that's what you really, really want back. They had it. They had it in their hands. Holy crap. 15 shots for them. I mean, both teams, I don't know if I think it's a mix of very good offense and very poor shooting from both teams today. But Lumberjacks, I think they have all the momentum, and I think we could see this one ending right here in Game 4, Stewie.
Yeah. If it reigns true, it should be done in 4, but maybe the Inferno have a different change of mind than they did in that last game, because I don't think that they're gonna, really be wanting to give up another one to this lumberjack side. I don't think that the lumberjacks are going to be wanting to give up this Inferno side, because honestly that game was an absolute mess for sure. But I think overall it could be this lumberjack side. It could be a tough game for them in this fourth one. The third one was an absolute mess, but I think this fourth one could be one of the tougher games that the Lumberjacks are going to have to play. Overall in the 5-game set we have here, I don't really think it's going to be the toughest game, but do or die for the Inferno. Can they get it done?
Yeah. Good start for the Inferno as they answer right back. All right, off the kickoff. Slow gets the dunk and gets the read. Early goal for him. First time. Well, that's a lie. I was about to bring up a stat, but it was wrong. Anyways, Burnsville with the lead. They've been solid when they've had the lead for the most part. We'll see how the defense fares. That's a good team pinch. They have to just limit the double commits and just play solid Rocket League and try and force this game 5. GB, it's open. Oh, no. I don't know if he actually would have been able to get back to that. But so far, it's been 2 opportunities for Burnsville as Linky has to clear it across. And here's Uncle Stan up. There's no chance to get to that. Big Randy through the corner. Up the wall. Trying to find Bob. Bob goes for it. And he will find nothing. Slow down the other side. Stan fakes. It's a good read off the back. And nope, it seems both teams are settling in. But Randy, what is happening? Whoa!
Oh no! Oh no! That can't find its way in. And I think it was GB that I think was trying to block the touch from Randy, but I don't think Randy was. He might have been scoring it, might have been hitting it off of the flip, but
he was missing the ball.
More than likely, would have found its way in off of a pinch maybe, but it's going to go in anyways off of GB just coming in and hitting it. But with the game tied up at 1 goal apiece, and it's going to be close here for Slow as a reset, but the ball does get away from him off of the catch, and it was a good idea. It was set up pretty well. He had a good first touch, but just wasn't able to stay on it. And it's what's tough about those resets. Sometimes they can be difficult for you for sure, especially if the ball gets away from you off of the actual reset touch. Is Slow will flick midfield. GB wasn't ready for the miss that came out from the Lumberjacks, and maybe a dunk. He does stay on it, but Bob is going to have it away, and 3 minutes still left, and the Lumberjacks are trying to end this series in 4.
Yeah, we hit the 3-minute mark, and it's been, I feel like, even with the score tied, I feel like the goal is just waiting to be scored by Babiji, but Bob gives it away. Linky up to GB. GB off the backboard. No follow. Stan touches away. And Slow's been very good. I feel like he's been the most solid so far. GB to the backboard. Stan will clear this away, but GB gets a little awkward touch as Linky will send it into the orange half again. The control hasn't really been there for the Burnsville Inferno, but they have all the pressure. Linky, that one's way wide, and Bob should be able to collect. He'll bang it wide. GB on no boost. He does get the full. Will play it off his own back wall. Has 1 touch. Beats 1. Has to be Big Randy, and not many people in Challenger could do that. Slow up. He'll catch. And we go the other way, Stewie. With 2:15 to play. Starting to feel like the next goal might just walk away with this.
Yeah, and the Inferno continue to, they finally beat 1 player, and every single time they do, the ball gets away from them. That third man from the Lumberjacks kills them every single time. As Randy's trying to line this up for a cross pass for Stan, but can't find it as Bob gets a double into the midfield. Linky almost gets dunked, but is able to clear it away. Linky's going to have another touch. He catches the defense out, but it's not on target. as Stan will tip it away right to Slow, though. It's off the backboard as the miss comes out, and Linky hits the bottom left corner, and a good placement from him as the big miss came out from the Lumberjacks defense, and it was Bob that had full boost, just couldn't read the touch.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate mistake for Bob. One he's really going to want back as we go under 2 minutes, and those double commits from Burnsville have really stopped here. GB, an awkward touch. Should give Bob the ball, but he just can't control it. Bob will play it around, looking for the bump. Randy off the crossbar. Stan slots it. We're tied.
And that was all him, as he gets the shot, upper 90, places it perfectly over Slow's head. Can't make the touch and is able to shut it down and tie the game up at 2 goals apiece with a minute and a half left. And off the kickoff, the Inferno have a chance, but Bob has the touch away. And I think it's going to be important for them to find this game if they're obviously want to stay alive in the series, but for their mental game going into a possible 5th, but even just in general, that shows that they can hang with the Lumberjacks, who are 5-0 on the season and looking to become 6-0 if they can find a goal here and then win. But easier said than done, as the Inferno have kind of had their number in this series and given them loads of problems to think about. What we have to change going into that next week is, we maybe not be 5-0 again, or we may not stay 5-0 if we play like that again, because the Inferno are definitely getting their money's worth out of this trade. It's really giving them a good chance of putting this season together. As Slow's touch gets away from him, one bump is all it takes, and Bob has the lead.
Oh man, Slow. I honestly, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but Bob shouldn't miss that. And with 35 seconds, you just gotta waste time. And Bemidji will see this one through if they can. Slow is looking for the bump. GB towards the backboard. Bob has to make the touch, and he will. We go under 30. Slow. One more touch. Linky gonna go. It'll be cleared downfield, but Slow. Pass to GB. GB looking for the tie. Off the backboard again. No one's up. GB, what a save! Bob makes up for his earlier mistake. And with 10 seconds left, that was the look. That was their chance, you felt. And GB gonna try and do it one more time. A demo from Randy. Linky, no boost, won't have it. That ball hits, and the Lumberjacks survive.
That was an unreal save from Bob. I have no idea how that doesn't go in the back of the net. It probably should have. It definitely should have come closer, but that was very, very close as far as the Lumberjacks go. That was a test and a half for them. As I have no clue how they're able to survive from that, but the Inferno really came out swinging in that first game, and then even through the rest of the series, they came out swinging. They looked good, but I just couldn't get it done, and the Lumberjacks, that's what they've done all season, is finish the job, and they finished the job here in a 4-game win. That'll push them up to 6-0, and they're the only undefeated team still left. In Challenger, as obviously the Senators lost last series, but the only team left now overall in Challenger, but not the only team in the league. But still, it's going to be a battle for down the stretch. If they get upset in the major, it's really anybody's ball game then, because they're in the lead now for points, and they still are in the lead. But sitting at 30 and 30 through your first, six series is pretty good, Iwu.
Yeah, for sure. Wasn't the most convincing tonight, but hey, good teams get the job done. That's exactly what they did. And I'll be excited to see what they do for the rest of this season. And I'm excited for the other match we have tonight, which will be coming to you shortly.
take. I saw the world, but I got. I feel alive again. I feel like it's a new chance. From a wasteland, and I've got nowhere to be, so I'm waiting. I don't need a rush, I'm patient. However long it takes, I'll be there one day. Eternal, I'm alive and chasing whatever it is I'm facing. I can't walk away. There's so much left to say. Our story never has to end. Eternal, I'm alive again. We don't know what will happen tomorrow, but I hope a good surprise. I could flip all the time that I borrowed and make another life. You can break my stride. There's a palace in my mind, made of light, and it shows. Yeah, yeah. The stars are falling, skies are raining gold. Yeah, yeah. Forever I'm free, that's what could be. So I'm waiting. I don't need a rush, I'm patient. However long it takes, I'll be there one day. Eternal, I'm alive and chasing whatever it is I'm facing. I can't walk away. There's so much left to say. Our story never has to end. Eternal, I'm alive again. Eternal, I'm alive again. Our story never has to end. You have habits just like me. Talk too much with strangers. Get way too serious around family. I don't wanna lose it all, no.
Hey, they screaming, this is my moment, my fate written, I'm chosen. Other spirits fall, but mine has ceased to be broken. You stripping down my pride, but time my only opponent. And lately I abide, but limitless I've awoken. So let me show you that everything I sacrificed mattered. All that blood, sweat, tears that I scattered.
Hello, welcome back to our final matchup of the night. We've got the St. Cloud Flyers going up against the Fargo Steelhawks, and right now, one of their players in Dave just got back from work after a long day over there, so very little warm-up time for Dave, but alongside me here for the final match, Mr. Iwu, who has previous experience on St. Cloud in a little bit of this season and then last season, of course. We're here to cast the last series, and I'm just going to send them on their way. A little bit behind, 9 minutes to be exact, but Game 5s can do that to you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'll get my prediction out of the way. I'll take Fargo in 3. I just think the 2 subs that St. Cloud's using, even with the teams being level on points, I think the step up will be just a bit too much for St. Cloud tonight. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm thinking the same. I mean, Fargo with their full lineup. I really like what I've seen out of Rayo, who I think, if I'm not mistaken, is their rising star player. Cannot confirm that.
Correct.
But am I? Okay, yay. They do find the back of the net though. Ren, I mean, it's off of a catch that Rayo could not control. And Fargo starting off up 1-0, and I mean, I feel like this could be easily a runaway series for Fargo. Just because of the 2 subs that are out here right now. 40 is really good, but I mean, when you don't have 2 of your starting players, we're not going to see the best out of you, very likely. So 45 seconds in, the Steelhawks up by 1. It's going to be kicked back. It's a back pass from Dorka to Ren. You take this to the ground, try to get it over 40, but Dorka now to keep this one, and it'll be over Dave's head. Rayo catches it. Good 50, and is going to take a lot of space and time. Tries to chip it over Ren, but can't. And now 40 up to beat Dorka as the Steelhawks continue to, well, they were putting on pressure, but now Dave, off of the backboard, getting some scary touches on the defensive end of the Steelhawks.
Yeah, it was a double commit there from St. Cloud, and little light on the 2 subs. Rayo, the first round pick for St. Cloud. Dave was just acquired by the Flyers, was a 3rd round pick by the Miracles. They dropped him. He comes over here, and he gets to play in Challenger in his first week of being on the team. So that must be fun for him. But Fargo have definitely looked better. I mean, St. Cloud's had some chances, but I think Fargo have been the much more dominant team, you would say, 2 minutes into this one, as Blue looks to clear it away. 40 gonna have his hands full tonight. the only challenger player on St. Cloud's roster. See if he can pull some magic out of the hat.
And I mean, there's quite a lot of room as it's still the beginning of the season right now. St. Cloud's currently sitting at 5th, just above Omaha. We're at 6th, and we got Fargo, 10 points, match win basically behind, all the way down at 11th. Of course, there's 16 total teams in each of the leagues this season, but right now, be a pretty big win for the Steelhawks to get into that possibly that top 4 conversation, as a lot of big teams that were I'm reading Premier. That's
You would be correct.
Fargo is 11th though.
Yeah, you were right.
But on the other hand, the St. Cloud Flyers currently sitting at 12th, so they're playing for basically that 11th spot, maybe tie with a bunch of teams currently sitting at 15 points. As after this week, I think we have quite a substantial break, and then there's the major, which a lot of points can be accumulated for, as Dorka gets the second goal for the Steelhawks, as Ren just gonna put it. Dorka just reads that so well. It's a bad bounce for the defense. Dorka's able to put it away.
Yeah, good goal from Fargo there, and winner of this one, I believe, takes sole possession of 11. But still plenty of time. There is one more set of matches before the major to make it up. But if you're Fargo, you just want to take care of business tonight. You are definitely the favorite, even if you're level on points. I just want to come in here, get the job done, and worry about their matches for next week. But maybe St. Cloud not a team to overlook. Even with the subs, I still think it's a quality team that can give people trouble on their day, and we'll see what they're doing here as Blue goes high over top of 140, trying to stay with the ball. He's still on it, but just no power on the flick. Lost all of his momentum. That one downfield. Ren puts it in 3-0, and kind of playing out how I think both of us expected it to.
Yep, 3-0 game 1. Fargo, they just gifted an open net there. And with under a minute left, Flyers have not had an answer, nor really a good look at the net, if that, as it's just been all of the Fargo Steelhawks in this game number 1, kind of like we expected. And Dorka still behind the ball, gonna ceiling pinch way downfield as Rayo gonna clear it back towards 40, but it's gonna be cut away by the Steelhawks. That's a cheeky touch from Blue. Goes off the post as the Flyers try to connect back and forth, but Rayo Nobu's going to take a 50 into the corner. And as time dwindles down, just Fargo instantly have, a response to just clear it right back at them. And, the Flyers are so starved, they can't really put anything together right now.
Yeah, St. Cloud only one shot, and that's from Dave. 40 Rayo kind of just searching for anything. Yeah, St. Cloud is a team. Oh, Dave missed it. Unfortunate. Fargo going to take game 1 pretty convincingly. There's a last-ditch effort from the Flyers to get on the board there, but they'll be searching for answers here in game 2.
Yep. Only one shot, that alone coming from Dave, but, just the full control of the game was in the hands of the Fargo Steelhawks. 40 and Rayo putting up similar numbers in terms of saves and score. Dave not reaching the 100-point mark, but that's just a rough performance from the entire team when you're playing up against a team that I guess we can't just say yet, but they got their full roster and they're against 2 subs with 40. You're gonna be at a disadvantage, very likely, and through that game 1, that's exactly what had happened. And Fargo looking to can't say anything just yet because game 2 could be completely different, but they're on the right pace to do some major damage here to the Flyers.
Yeah, definitely gonna see if St. Cloud can change anything up. Maybe just throw up. Whoopsie. Accidentally joined the Steelhawks.
I've done that before. Expect it.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah, he was
But-
actually playing. He's back on St. Cloud.
Yeah.
This is all part of the plan.
We're back. Yep. Glad to be back, guys. Anyway, Rayo will start the air dribble from his corner. Giro trying to go all the way. It'll bounce off 40. His shot is blocked away by Blue. And what a touch from Ren. That one just fired out to net. Rayo will make the touch. It's a double commit, but it doesn't matter. It's a goal for Dorka. And once again, the scoring started early for Fargo.
So I'm sidetracked it with production. Steelhawks do get the lead. Wow, what a shocker. Yeah. You know, Fargo with the 1-goal lead. Was there someone pre-jumping? Was it Ren on the right side
believe
there?
so. Yeah.
And a bit confident, but right now it doesn't really matter because it's still on the Flyers' end. 40 with no booster is going to chip this one up high. Ren's there to intercept it. Dave now gonna need to see some heroics out of, you know, everyone on the blue side. They want to be able to take down this Fargo team. As Blue now and Ren combine for a save, as Dave's gonna kick it out way back to Rayo. It's gonna be denied by Blue in the midfield. Dorka now gonna pop this one high, but gets dusted by 40. It's gonna go to the backboard. Blue goes missing. Shot opportunity into the back of the net from Dave to tie us up at 1.
Yeah, Dave has no. 40 has 2 shots this game, but Dave has been the primary shot taker for St. Cloud in these first 2 games as
With
they
that
do
one
get their
shot.
first goal. Hey, it all counts. But we have a tie for the first time. That's not at 0-0. We'll see if that maybe gives St. Cloud some momentum and they try and fight their way back in. A good dunk from Dave. Rayo, a chance here. Not a ton of boost for him as he just has to hit it away. Blue will catch. 40 on him quickly. Hit out middle. Dorka takes control. Dave trying to chase him down. Nothing there. Dorka off the ceiling. Blue just goes for him. It's just, I feel like St. Cloud's finding themselves in these awkward situations a lot of the time. And they haven't really found a solution to get out of that. Oh, Dorka with a miss on the open net there. Tough shot for him, but it's one he will definitely want back as Fargo has to work for that second goal.
And I mean, they're just constantly on defense, you know, majority of the time, whether they have boost or not. I mean, that's a good beat by Rayo as Blue now over to the corner. That's unfortunate as that's going to bounce off of a flyer, and it's going to result in a goal from Dorka. A bit of the luck of the draw was given to the Steelhawks this time as that 50 goes off of Rayo's car. Going to go all the way back in a shootable position for Dorka, who will extend the lead to 1 for the Steelhawks.
Yeah, Dorka repays himself for that missed open net from a bit ago. And I know what you were saying, even when there's been boost for the Flyers, they haven't been able to capitalize on it. Ran towards net, what a save. It might have hit the post, but we'll see. Dorka just way too fast, doing it all. Pops it high. Blue up. He'll get beat out by 40. Ren last back. They've been playing very confident. Ren's been pre-jumping. Dorka goes up. It's a double commit, so we'll see what happens. But Dorka just faster than Dave. A good 50 from Ren. That one bounces off the corner. Blue off the backboard. Dorka won't go. Rayo clears long. And I do think Rayo is probably one of those players that could probably be a third in Chow. It'd be like a contributing player, but probably not a second round pick in Chow. And that's the role he's having to fill today.
Yeah.
I think that's where the disconnect lies for the Flyers in these first 2 games.
And I mean, you see such a different performance in players when they have, you know, higher skilled, better teammates around them. It's just instantly, you know, you play better with better teammates, and you're not going to perform well, you know, as often as this one's off the bar twice. Rayo gets a much needed touch as Blue is floating on the goal line there, possibly putting that in a dangerous position as this one goes off the backboard. And I mean, not really any physicality for either side. As Pulse Ren, I say Pulse Ren, but it has their name because they have it as the Dave shot. Their in-game name, and the cam would not go through if it wasn't the same. So Dorka to the backboard. Dave can't get the read. Ren now towards the left wall. It's going to bounce down as Dave goes missing, but 40 right there to cover it. 40 just putting pressure on the Steelhawks, forcing an awkward touch from Dorka, but a little bit late on the follow-up. Ren going to get a pinch downfield. Dave now pops it up at 40. Over maybe to the left side. It's a passing play from the Flyers. Bump comes out on the goal line. Is anybody there to put it away? 40 can't get around it. Dorka's going to win a 50. Low boost, though, as Rayo puts it past his teammate and possibly his other teammate. Dave now in the corner. Blue to the backboard. Can't get a bump onto 40. 10 seconds left. They're going to need to push this one all the way downfield with Dorka touch to the backboard. Has another one as well. It's just so difficult as Blue going to 50 his way to the backboard. Ren to seal it. Rayo does keep it up. It's at 0 seconds. All the ball has to do is touch the ground. The Steelhawks will take the next game as Rayo keeps it up. Dorka could not drop that one just yet. Dave runs out of boost, and that one will drop. The Steelhawks will take game number 2.
Yeah, good. I mean, that was a much better showing from the Flyers. Probably, maybe got it a little bit lucky, but in the shot department, not too much difference. I think the Seahawks had the better chances, but the physical game from Fargo kind of ramped itself up towards the end of that game. And I think with these subs and then adding the layers of the bumps and the demos and making the other team awkward, it's just a great recipe to try and end this series in 3 games for Fargo.
Yeah, I mean, we look back to a goal that was, the difference in this one. It was a 50 that went off of Rayo's car, and just happened to go in favor of Fargo. And I mean, it would have been, who knows, tie game, overtime. And I mean, it could have been a winnable game for the Flyers, but unfortunately for them, those are the games that you kind of have to win in a series like this when you're, against the numbers, have 2 subs playing. You got to win those close games, and they unfortunately are not able to take that game number 2. So now they're faced against a match point as we head into game number 3.
Yeah, a reverse sweep with the odds stacked against you, especially tonight, would be unprecedented. And there's a ball just flung towards the backboard, just, keeping Fargo honest. As Rayo, not a lot of boost, he does get the touch out. 40 goes up, but he's bumped away. Kind of awkward for Fargo for a bit. Ren, no double, but Dorka just fires it downfield. 40 will get there and keeps the game level for now. But Rayo, he can turn on this, no boost to beat Dorka. And it was a decent chance, honestly, for St. Cloud, one of their better ones they've gotten. And it goes by the wayside once more. Ren to pass out. And can't get the dunk, trying to cut across. Dorka just waiting for Dave's touch. Dave the 50. It will release 40 off the wall. The pinch down, nothing there. Rayo a good 50. And St. Cloud look the better team so far here in game 3.
And I mean, they had a bunch of pressure. They still do to the backboard. It goes Blue with a touch that slow it down for Ren. I believe they changed to the Octane. As Blue, 2 players get dusted. Open net for 40 if he can get around it. And it will go through. The Flyers start, I believe, the first lead of the series.
Yeah, that is their first time leading. 40, a good touch. He gets on the board. Want to see more from him. I mean, granted, he's up against it today, but good start from him early in this one. 3:40 to play. That one lob downfield. Rayo can just walk this in. It's 2-0 St. Cloud.
Yep, pretty much off the kickoff. Dorka goes missing. Good touch from 40, and Rayo had cheated up for that mid boost, turns and puts it away. Got informed, from the Twitch chat from the St. Cloud GM that Dave is hungry, and that's going to be their excuse if they lose this one. But you'd figure that if he's hungry, you'd lose in 3 so that he can go eat. But right now, they are on pace to take this game number 3 and extend the series as player goes missing there. Dave with the touch over to the right side. As Rayo, that 50 is going to go in favor of blue. Shot on net going to be denied by Dave. Ren going to pop this one up. Good 50 from 40. And I mean, this Flyers team, you know, is starting to get more comfortable in this series. As Dave's left in no man's land, though, against a bunch of different players. Dodges the bump from Dorka and is able to get them out of harm's way. Rayo's shot on net, saved by blue. And just about approaching halfway through game number 3, the Flyers still holding their own.
Yeah, but Rayo gets it past one, looking for the bump on another. It'll be touched away, and it will just stay on this orange side where it's been for almost the entire game. Not a lot of boost. It's very awkward. Rand will be dunked away by 40. 40 has been huge in this game 3. As blue hits it away, still no boost for him. I'm not sure he did get that, but a triple commit from Fargo, which means there shouldn't be a follow-up, but Dorka's still on it. 40, when he's last back, it's almost never been a goal for Fargo. Gotta start isolating. Probably, I mean, just isolate one of the subs, make them have to play their best to beat you. And Fargo has not made them really stress in this game 3. As that shot's on, and it's just in from Rayo.
Yep, a third goal for the Flyers. As Ren does beat out 40, but the follow-up, I think Blue just, I don't know if he misinput there, but it's a double jump. Don't know if he could have reached it or not. But regardless, it's fast into the bottom left corner. And the Flyers have a 3-goal lead after a more respectable game 2 for sure than game number 1. I mean, game number 1, it's just flipped itself on a swivel as Flyers are up 3-0 and Blues back on defense now with 40 boosts to work with, but they've got 90 seconds to get on the board. Not only that, prevent the Flyers from scoring any more, and then get 2 more after that. So right now, game number 3 looking like it's going in favor of the Flyers, but I mean, they look way more composed than they have in, you know, the most composed they've looked throughout this series.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a brand new team for St. Cloud here in game 3. That one's banged off the backboard. Can Blue finish? No, he cannot. And Fargo just do not look up to the task here in game 3. See if they can regain for game 4. Definitely, I don't know. I feel like it's more even as Rayo and Dave kind of get settled into the speed of Challenger. 40 downfield. Was looking for the redirect, couldn't find it. 35 seconds, and Fargo just want a goal to try and, you know, get the momentum back in their favor. Ren off the corner, nothing there. Rayo will collect. No boost to his name, Blue, out to Ren. And it's a, I mean, I don't know. Fargo just don't look the same team they were in the first 2 games.
Yep, Fargo are having to deal with the Flyers getting more comfortable as this series goes on. Ren's shot going to be denied by 40. And I mean, we're starting to see the Flyers find each other. I mean, Dave has had some really good defensive stops for sure. There was one where he was in, I'm pretty sure, a 1v3. Was able to dodge the bump from Dorka and then, you know, either get a clear or a block. But the Flyers, they take this game number 3 in convincing fashion. And they got to win the next 2. But for the Steelhawks, no goals scored. A lot of mistakes. I don't think if you're the Flyers, you can rely on a lot of those defensive mishaps to happen again. But I'm expecting still a close game in this game number 4.
Yeah, for sure. Want to see something different from Fargo. I don't know, something looked off, and I'm gonna still predict them to take this in 4. I'll say, I mean, pretty comfortably at that. But we'll see if St. Cloud have any more tricks up their sleeve, and if they can force this to 5, and what would be pretty surprising to me at least.
Yeah, it'd definitely be. I mean, of course, we're not tallying points for individual game wins, but would be a pretty nice spot to be in regardless. 45 seconds in, gonna score, and that's exactly the start you want if you're the Flyers.
Yeah, 40 has definitely stepped his level up in games 3 and 4 to start at least. But 4:55 to play, and maybe they left him too much time. Plenty of time to come back here for Fargo as Ren bangs it downfield. And we, maybe break into this midfield game where Fargo have been solid in the first 2 games, but couldn't find it. A good pass down to Ren, but he doesn't go. Dorka will be last back for a bit as Blue steals the boost. That one's banged over the head of Dorka. He will get a good touch for how awkward he was. Run a good 50. It will be 40 and Rayo back. Rayo should not have any trouble with this. He will not. Blue will turn in a good 50. Dorka fakes the touch out. And, Fargo have been going for the bumps. Ren the shot. He can't find it. Dorka pops it high. A little bit of a double commit, but 40 jumps right back down. And the pressure seems to be off of the Flyers for a bit here.
Yep, Dorka now gets it over 1 and is going to immediately shoot it into the back of the net. It's an individual play from Dorka from his own corner. I believe it was Dave who goes missing there, and then Dorka immediately chips it over the guy next up. And it's a good individual play from Dorka. I'm expecting a lot more out of the air from this type of team, I feel like. I feel like these players have the mechanical skill to, put a lot of damage on these Flyers players if they, utilize that space and they take it to the skies. As this one's a good touch. It's going to be really awkward as Ren's going to go leaving that one. Dorka gets beat by Rayo, though. Blue now. Really good catch, and now runs out of boost but puts it to the backboard. Ren now lobs it mid, but 40 has a good first touch flip reset. Maybe looking for a bump on the goal line. Dorka gets a strong save. Dave shot opportunity denied by Dorka as Dorka tries to, give his best solo effort to get his team down the field.
Yeah, bang downfield. Dave's the last guy. What a touch.
Oh,
but
backwards.
Nobody in a shooting position for Fargo with a chance to give their team the lead with 3 minutes left. Dorka, another good touch. He's on 0. It doesn't even matter. He's just that fast. Touches it off the ceiling. Where's the shot? It's high from Blue. I'm not sure, honestly, if he put it on that, if it would have went in. But Blue is definitely going to want that ball back as he chased the ball. He gets a good touch away from St. Cloud in his favor. A good 50 down. 40 bangs it out. And Dave gets that big boost, leaving Ren with nothing. Fargo's boost management has not been stellar in these last 2 games.
That is a good 50, though, from Dorka. Takes out 2 players pretty much. But Rayo does a good job of controlling. Gets demo, though, in the process. To the backboard it goes. Dave does get a touch over to the corner. A player going from not even playing in Rising Star. Actually, I think he was the 3rd. Still a huge jump up, though, to challenge your gameplay. He's in the midst of Game 4, possibly Game 5, if his team and himself can get out of this situation. It's a tie game, though. Rayo to the backboard. Dorka goes missing. Nobody's there for the shot. Not even close. As it was a good pass to just nobody, though. As Ren gets the bump on the back line. Rayo gets the save, though. Blue with a pinch downfield towards his own nets.
That is the wrong
which is
way.
not the right way. As Dave now to the corner, 0 boost, just gonna try to wreak havoc on this Steelhawk side. As Dave now gets another touch, low boost, but it's gonna try to stay behind the ball. Finally denied by Dorka. As a lot of back and forth ping pong action here towards the later half of the game.
What a save. Keeping this away from Game 5 for the moment. Ren downfield, gets a good touch. Where's the shot? It's high from Dorka. Blue goes up. He's 3rd. He drops it down. And Ren gonna have to make the touch, but he's awkward. Rayo doesn't get what he needs to. Dorka calls his teammate off. Dorka looking for the corner touch. Won't have it. It's still awkward. 40 has the reset. and gets the 50 away. Blue has to retreat. 40, no boost to play with, just takes it to the ground. Shut down immediately by Dorka. Dorka to the middle. Blue, I think, pre-jumped that. And not a great touch, but Rayo leaves it for Dave, who bangs it away. Dorka controls, has one touch, looks for another. He does. And Dorka is a one-man wrecking crew
Yep.
down that right side.
What a
the shot
pass.
on.
I
Oh,
mean,
man.
Most of the time it's been just Dorka on offense, 50ing, 1 to 2 players either beating out, just taking 2 players out of the play, really. And then there's been no follow-up, but that time it's in front of the net, they're ready for it. And I mean, that's exactly what they needed to break the ice in a crucial moment in this series, as, we could be looking at Game 5 still, but that goal might have just done it. It's off the backboard. 40 can't keep it in. Dorka over to the left side. Dave can't get around it. 3 seconds left. All this ball has to do is touch the ground, and the Steelhawks will take this series in 4. 40 can't keep it up. It's going to drop to the ground. The Fargo Steelhawks will take it in 4.
Yeah, Fargo just, I don't know. They found their level again in Game 3, and Ren finds his first goal of the series to give Fargo the win. I thought they looked really good. I mean, he played against 2 subs, but still, Dorka was a man on a mission tonight,
Yep.
doing everything for his team, and Fargo comes away with the win.
Yep, good performance. Figured it would be a sweep, but not at all. I mean, it did go to 4, but a very close Game 4 where the Steelhawks were tied up until, the final 10, 11 seconds, where Dorka had a really good pass to, good drop down to Ren. Just the composure. Huge game to win, though. You can't be dropping games to, a team with 2 subs, let alone they played phenomenally, and made this, a very close Game 4 series that easily could have gone 5. But, good luck for, good luck for the subs, as, like you said earlier, I could easily see them playing in Challenger, especially with that foundation around them and those better teammates. Could easily see them playing in Challenger, but that is going to do it for the final match of the night. As Premiere will be tomorrow at 3, but looking back at the day per se, the Rhythm started off losing to Hibbing Rangers, even with the acquisition of Wubik coming in for Pink just within that last week. They did look good. Wubik looked phenomenal, but they could not get it done in the series as they lose in 5. The Des Moines Derecho, with the acquisition of Flukin for Mikey, they look completely different and take down the Senators, who were looking quite comfortable in Challenger, as they were sitting at 2nd place at 25 points, and the Derecho coming in all the way back at 8th. So huge win over the Senators, and then the Inferno with a really good Game 1. Ever since then, it was a blowout. Inferno had it was almost like a Brazil in that Game 1, but Lumberjacks win the next 3 as they get this Spaceman sweep. And just like that last series unfolded, be honest, it went to Game 4 in favor of Fargo. It has been Wolf on the production and then casting in this final match, but Iwu for the last 2 casts. Any last words to end the night?
Thanks for watching. I don't know. Thanks for showing the support. I love doing this, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yes, we will see you guys tomorrow for Premiere action. Have a good night, everyone.